1288 Dakota Avenue South to make an appointment. Or call the Huron Eye Clinic today at 605-352-4181.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance your existing home? I'm Jamie Olson, your local mortgage loan officer at American Bank and Trust in Huron. Whether it's a conventional loan with local servicing, VA, FHA, rural development, jumbo, or a home equity line of credit, I'm here to help you find the right fit. Let's make your home goals happen. Apply today at mortgagewithjamie.com or call 353-2818. American Bank and Trust, where your journey begins. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Dakota Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
Welcome back to Brandon as we give you the starting lineups here for our girls game here on Tigers, Brandon Valley Lynx. Starters for Brandon Valley tonight. They're going with a little different starting lineup. Some senior girls that normally don't get the start getting a chance to do so tonight. Olivia Paget, 5'7" senior. She's a starter and the all-time leading scorer for the Brandon Valley Lynx girls. Then it's Jalissa Parker, a 5'5" senior. Emma Langrock, a 5'7" senior. Vivian Thompson, a 5'4" senior. And Annika Peterson, a 5'11" senior. Now the starting lineup, which, well, they'll come in fairly shortly, I assume, after tip-off. Ava Kellenberger, a 5'8" senior. London Giever, a 5'11" junior. Reese Condon, a 5'7" senior. Olivia Paget, 5'7" senior. And Gracie Salter, a 5'11" senior. Mike Zerr is the head coach of Brandon Valley, and they have a record of 19-0. For the Huron Tigers, head coach Cody Kaufman, 10-9 on the season. Addie Knight, 5'9" junior. Allie Davis, a 5'8" senior. Hilton Hines, a 5'8" senior. Jency Gergen, a 5'8" senior. And Chloe Carr, a 6-foot senior. Brandon Valley again 19-0. Huron at 10-9. Both teams are off till next Friday when we get to the AA Sodak 16 games at various spots around the state. Brandon Valley knows they'll be at home. If the Sodak was tonight, they'd be hosting Sturgis, I believe. Huron right now is seeded number 10, which would take them to Mitchell, and it's figured that it'll be Huron at Mitchell or Sioux Falls Jefferson, although there's some other scenarios in there as well. I know one key game that Coach Kaufman said he was going to be watching tonight was Spearfish and Yankton, as who wins that might have an impact on Huron seeding points tonight. So those are the starting lineups. Officials for our game are backed by the South Dakota Attorney General Office, Consumer Affairs Division. I don't recognize the officials. One of them might be Jason Kono. Darren Berg. Okay, Darren Berg, Patrick Skellis are two of them. I didn't catch the third one, but they are the law on the court, and they're backed by the South Dakota Attorney General Office, Consumer Affairs Division. Brandon Valley in their home white with red numbers and letters, red and black trim. Huron in their road black with white numbers and letters, white and orange trim. Chloe Carr will jump for Huron. Annika Peterson for Brandon Valley. Huron coming towards me in the first half. Tip control by Brandon Valley to Paget. We are underway. Looks like straight man by Huron to start the game. Again, Paget, the only girl out there that's normally a starter for Brandon Valley. Thompson has it on the left wing. They'll go in, low post. There'll turnaround shot. In and out, no good for Paget. And the rebound cannot be handled by Parker. And it will be Huron ball. Brandon Valley going to press full court. It's going to be a similar method as what we saw from O'Gorman. Huron breaks the press. Knight quickly in the front court. Allie Davis, top of the key, sets it up. Three for Hilton Hines. Back of the iron, no good. Long rebound. Going to be tracked down on the run by Parker. Nice bounce pass to Paget, who takes it in for the layup. Brandon Valley got into the transition. Get the fast break layup, 2-0 Lynx. Huron in the front court. Looks like a 2-3 zone by the Lynx. Here's Hines in the middle. 10-footer in traffic. No good. Long rebound out and scramble. Brandon Valley going to pick it up with Thompson. Thompson long pass, and it goes through the hands of Parker out of bounds. The ball will turn back over to the Huron Tigers. We haven't played quite a minute here in our girls' game. Nice crowd here tonight in Brandon. And officially, the town's name is Brandon. Brandon Valley is for Brandon, then Valley Springs. That's right down the road. Huron breaks the press. Here comes Hines. Bounce pass underneath. Dakar can't get the shot off. Kicks out 3 for Allie Davis. Got it. Allie Davis cans a 3, and Huron leads 3-2. Just over a minute gone. Paget gets Brandon Valley into the front court. At the top of the key. Looks to the left. Still on the dribble. Drives on Knight. Attacks the basket, to the hoop for 2. Paget has 4. And 4-3 Brandon Valley. Huron in the front court. Davis on the left wing. Ball deflected. Race in the corner. Knight gets over to it. Addy flicks back left side to Davis. Top of the key against the Brandon Valley zone. Gergen on the right side. Takes a dribble, top of the key. Here's the high post. Kick out 3, left wing for Hilton Hines. Back of the iron, no good. And the rebound for Annika Peterson. Into the front court. Paget on the left wing will drive. Kick out. Open 3 for Peterson, no good. Offensive rebound. Paget underneath. She'll lean in for 2. Paget is all 6 for Brandon Valley, and they lead 6-3. Just over 2 minutes gone. Allie Davis into the front court, dribbles down the lane, hard to the hoop, and fouled, and Allie Davis will get a pair of free throws. 2 shots for senior Allie Davis. Annika Peterson with the foul, her first of the game either way. And Allie Davis to shoot 2. First free throw is good. 6-4 Brandon Valley. And 1 free throw pending here for Davis. Second shot is good. Got them both. She has all 5 for Huron. Paget has all 6 for Brandon Valley. Brandon Valley up 1. Here's Paget. Kick out. Open 3 in the corner. In and out for the Lynx. As Parker could not nail that one up the floor. And do we have a travel? We have a travel as Knight was being bothered up the floor by Paget. Huron turns the ball right back over to Brandon Valley. Again, the Lynx going away from me for the first half. If you're watching on YouTube, here on SD Radio Sports. And I always appreciate when you're just listening on the old-fashioned radio, just like the old days. I'm a radio guy, first and foremost. Up top, it comes to Peterson. Top of the key, looks back left to Thompson. Reverse right side Parker, thought about the 3. Parker flicks back. Here's Paget into the paint, double teamed. Kick out 3, top of the key is good for Vivian Thompson. Vivian Thompson with the 3, Brandon Valley up 9-5 as we played 3 minutes. Now Brandon Valley is going to come in with a whole new unit. Paget off the steal, down the floor, in for the layup. Paget with 8 points, and it's 11-5. Brandon Valley is their defense turns into offense, and there's a foul going to go on Brandon Valley. Thompson went for a steal and ran into Allie Davis. And into the game now is the regular starters for Brandon Valley. Ava Kallenberger, London Geaver, Reese Condon, and Gracie Salter as Paget stays on the floor. Huron subs in as well as Jayla Schley in for the first time, replacing Gergen. Hilton Hines, right side to Knight on the wing. Knight high post Schley, looks to dump it down low, kick out to Hines. Hines will drive, 10-footer in the paint, no good. And Hilton just not hitting those shots she normally does. Kind of goes back to O'Gorman on Tuesday. Here's the drive, baseline Paget, goes back door to Salter, and she goes up with the one-handed layup. And Brandon Valley now up by 8, 13-5, 4:14 to go, first quarter. Huron working against the pressure. Davis in the backcourt. Now it's Knight and 10-second count. Boy, that was awful close. But it is a 10-second count against Huron, and Brandon Valley forces yet another turnover, and Kaufman wants a timeout. Timeout Huron, Brandon Valley 13-5 lead, 4:08 to go, first quarter. Timeout 30 on Dakota Sports.
Market is proud to be part of the Huron community and to cheer on area high school athletes all season long. At Wishbone, they believe in supporting local, which is why you'll find South Dakota favorites on their shelves, from wines and meats to hometown snacks. They have great in-store savings and new products with updates shared on their Facebook page. Follow them on Facebook and stop in today to shop local, save more, and enjoy the best from South Dakota at Wishbone Market.
Tiger 95 and 1340 KIJV.
Turnovers turn into points by Brandon Valley. They're up 13-5. Huron using a 30-second timeout. Brandon Valley on the inbounds. Paget on the outside. Huron drops back in a 2-1-2 zone to try and plug up that middle a little more. They go high post Salter. Kick out in the corner. And that was DeGeever. They go in, back door, a little off-balance shot, no good for Kallenberger, but she gets her own rebound. Here's the drive in the paint, kick out for Paget. Corner to lane jumper is good. Paget with 10 points, 5 for 5 shooting in the first quarter. The Lynx up 10, 15-5, 9-0 run by Brandon Valley. Knight breaks the pressure, gets it up ahead to Davis. Lob in, overthrown as Davis tried to get it in down low to Carr over Chloe's head. Huron another turnover, and there's that thing Coach Kaufman said that came out against O'Gorman. Once you get into the half court, you need to settle down, but again, we just kind of hurried things, it looked like. Brandon Valley looks to extend their early lead. Salter on the right wing, cross court, Paget for 3, got it. Paget now with 13 points on 6 for 6 shooting here in the first quarter. 18-5 Brandon Valley. Schley drives and couldn't get the shot to go. A foul going to go, I believe, on Salter. 2 shots for Jayla Schley, the 9th grader. First foul on Salter, third team on Brandon Valley. 2:59 to go in the first quarter. Huron needs to get something positive here, but it doesn't happen there as Schley misses on the first free throw. Got to knock one more down. Haley Rogers going to come in for Schley if Jayla can knock down this second free throw. And the free throw no good, missed them both. Salter with the board. She'll handle the ball herself. The big girl up the floor. Top of the key, cut off by Davis. Kick back right side, Kallenberger. Kallenberger. Swing it left side in the corner. Open 3 is no good for Brandon Valley. Out of bounds, will stay with the Lynx. And there, Paget finally had her first miss of the first quarter. The near basket had her blocked out. I couldn't tell who it was till after the fact. Inbound Salter on the baseline. Goes up against Carr, and a foul going to go on Huron. It'll either be on Carr or Knight. It's like it's on Addie Knight. That'll be her first team on Huron. And Brandon Valley will inbound it. They're on a 12-0 run. 2:39 to go, first quarter. Paget, right wing. Goes back door, wide open, 10-footer good for Salter. What a pass by Paget, and Brandon Valley now a 14-0 run. They lead 20-5. 2:22 to go, first quarter. Knight in the front court. Drives baseline. Here's the middle and a wide open lane for Hilton Hines for 2. Hilton Hines gets the bucket, her first of the game. First bucket in a while for Huron. Here comes Paget. Kick out 3 in the corner. No good. Long rebound. Paget goes back door underneath Kallenberger, and she's stripped underneath there by Allie Davis. Brandon Valley pressing, even off the turnover. Hines into the front court. Left side is Rogers. Now Hines top of the key. Lynx 2-3 zone. Davis on the right wing. Now Rogers top of the key. Swing it left side, Hines. Hines into the high post, Knight, and she's going to be hacked. That'll be foul number 2 on Salter. So 2 quick personals on the senior post for Brandon Valley. She'll come out of the game. Jency Gergen back in for Huron. And Annika Peterson back in for Brandon Valley. Huron a run the out of bounds play on the baseline below me. And the ball stolen away by Peterson. Allie Davis, I think, bobbled the ball. Long pass up ahead. Kallenberger underneath and stepped on the baseline. So basically the team swapped turnovers, and it'll be Huron Tiger possession. Schley quickly going to come back in as Carr comes out. Brandon Valley 20, Huron 7 with 1:32 to go, first quarter. Inbounds, Gergen in the middle. Comes off left side to Rogers. Working against the Lynx press, pass up ahead. Davis had to tap it, tapped it right to Hines. Back door goes to Schley. Count it, she's fouled. Another sweet pass by Hines, and it was a nice play by Allie Davis. She had the lob pass, and she didn't catch it. She just hit it like a volleyball over to Hilton Hines, who was then able to get it to Jayla Schley for the bucket, and a free throw opportunity for Schley. Missed it, 0 for 3 from the free throw line. Kallenberger with the rebound. The foul was on Peterson, her second free shot in the corner. No good for Giever. Huron with the rebound, 20-9. Brandon Valley up 11. Tigers got to show some urgency. They do get it across the timeline. Davis still driving, goes right in on Peterson, had a block. Could have went back up, but did not. And Brandon Valley comes out with the loose ball. Padgett. Kick out left side, Giever, cross court in the corner. Open three, Peterson no good. Gergen went high to get the rebound, then lost it, and it's going to be come out of there to Hines. Hines has a 2-on-3. She'll take it with the left-handed scoop, no good. And the rebound, nobody handled it. It'll be Brandon Valley ball as Knight in, Davis out for Huron. 40 seconds to go, first quarter. Brandon Valley 20, Huron 9. Padgett will bring the ball up. Huron not pressing at all against the Lynx. Padgett flips off left side, Giever. Back right side, Padgett. Padgett at the top of the key as Peterson pop up to the top, swing it right side. Little spin move down to the paint. And the ball thrown away again. Now on the floor, we'll end up with a jump ball. Possession arrow will give the ball to the Huron Tigers with 15.4 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Brandon Valley sets up the full court pressure. Huron's got some time here, but got to get it up on the press first. Knight up the right side, little crossover. She'll cross the timeline, bounce pass to Hines. 7-6 to go. Hines, little crossover. Hard to the hoop, 10-footer baseline, too strong. Rebound tipped up, and nobody will get to it. After one, it's Brandon Valley 20, Huron 9. Timeout, 1 minute on Dakota Sports.
Hoffman Livestock of Huron is a proud supporter of the Huron Tigers in all area high school athletics. Marty, Cody, and Logan Kaufman raise registered Simmental bulls. 2 are former Huron Tigers, 1 a former Alpena Wildcat. Best of luck to all area athletes and the Huron Tigers. From Kaufman Livestock of Huron.
Wilbur Ellis is a leading provider of innovative solutions in plant protection, plant nutrition, and field technology. They offer premier products and one-on-one relationships with local field experts to help their customers grow. Wilbur Ellis is committed to bringing you and your operation new and innovative ideas. Contact your local Wilbur Ellis specialist today to find out how to maximize your return on investment. Wilbur Ellis wishes all area high school athletes the best of luck this season.
You're listening to the Huron Tigers on Dakota Sports KIJV.
Oh, all Brandon Valley in that first quarter. They were 9 of 17 from the field, and they have the ball to start the second quarter. I haven't got my shot chart done yet for Huron. Padgett on the right swings in the corner. Kallenberger on the left side. Kallenberger one dribble. New girl in there will catch that. Peterson in the corner. Open three. Good for the new girl just into the game. That's Rayleigh Stoltz with the three. And Brandon Valley up 23-9, 14 points. Still pressing into the front court. Davis breaks it. Here's Gergen. Dribbles down to the baseline. Backs it out. Looking inside and traveled with it. Boy, it didn't look like she moved her pivot foot, but evidently she did. Huron was 3 of 10 from the field in the first quarter. 2 of 5 from the free throw line. When you're playing a good team, you don't want to miss free throws. Off the Huron turnover, Brandon Valley into the front court, early second quarter. Padgett on the left side, Knight out on her, gets a screen. Top of the key. Padgett comes back left. Here's the drive baseline, back up front Peterson. Now left side again to Stoltz. Underneath, little reverse for Kallenberger, no good. We have a battle for the rebound. Chloe Carr and Kallenberger in possession will give the ball to the Huron Tigers. We played a minute here in the second quarter. Brandon Valley 23, Huron 9. Into Gergen, now it's Hines. Hines flips back to Davis, still in the backcourt. Gets away from Kallenberger, stops top of the key. Knight on the right wing, bobbles, gets control. Now goes high post to Hines. Hines puts up that 10-footer, got it. Second bucket of the game for Hilton Hines. 23-11, Brandon Valley. Paget runs the show, drives the paint, had the ball stripped, and couldn't save her from going out of bounds. It was either Knight or Carr that stuck a hand in there and knocked it away. Nice defensive play by the Tigers. Huron will get it off the Lynx turnover. Hines has it in the backcourt. 6.5 minutes to go, first half. Davis looks in the middle, get it to Gergen in the front court, weaves it back to Knight. Knight on the right wing. High post, there's Hines. 10-footer in the lane is good. She's finding that soft spot in the zone. 6 for Hines. And Huron back within 10, 23-13 as we near 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Kallenberger in the corner. Drifts back up to the left wing. Now the bounce pass in the corner, Stoltz. On the baseline, Condon. They get it back up top. Kallenberger will drive the paint, go back door, kick out to Paget. Paget outside, open three. Peterson, no good, and a foul going to go on Hilton Hines. I can see she had both arms extended and was pushing on the girl blocking her out. So Brandon Valley will keep possession. Lynx come in with a couple of new players. Back in is Giever. You can see who else. Salter back in as well. Lob to Peterson. Now Salter, top of the key. Salter spin move. Drives, kicks out. Peterson will go baseline. Forced it into Salter. We're on the floor. Knight comes out with it. Nice hustle play by Addy. Gets it to Carr. Now Hines. Huron forces the turnover. Hines dribbles into the paint. There's that 7-footer. This time won't go. Rebound underneath for Salter. Long pass into the front court. Stoltz, open three, left side is no good. On the miss there by Giever, rebound Hines. Here's Carr coming down the floor running, has her shot blocked by Peterson. And back comes Brandon Valley. Salter will go coast to coast for the layup. Gracie Salter has 6. Brandon Valley shooting a good percentage. They're up 25-13 inside of 5 minutes to go first half. Davis goes high post to Hines. Low post Carr. Kick back to Hines into the paint. Got fouled. Are they going to count it? Oh, what did they call a charge? Oh, they called a moving screen on Chloe Carr. So the foul is on Carr. Her first. And it wipes off a made basket for Huron as well. 4:43 to go, first half, 25-13. Brandon Valley leading Huron here in our girls' game. Paget at the top of the key. Paget dribbles to the right, goes into the paint, kick out in the corner. Open three for Stoltz is too strong. Rebound underneath, and Knight will come out with the loose ball. Now a little trouble, gets it off to Hines. Hines dribbles up the right side, shovels it off to Gergen. Gergen around the perimeter. Fires it left side to Knight. High post, it's Hines. Hines will go around the double team. Off the glass for 2. Scoop shot for Hilton. She's got 8. And Huron again within 10, 25-15, midway through the second quarter. Paget gets a screen from Salter. Top of the key. Good ball handler, Paget. Crossover, kick out. Stoltz at the top of the key. Brings it back up front. Left side, they get the open three for Paget. No good. Rebound comes down to Gergen. Gergen, long pass. Knight will get it into the front court. Knight, a little spin move. Now back to the top of the key, into the paint. Cut off. Now it's Hines on the left wing. Hilton runs into Schley. Now hands off to Knight. Knight lost the ball. I think it looked like she was trying to shovel it off to Carr. But the ball was deflected. I thought they pointed Huron's way. Didn't they point Huron's way? Brandon Valley thinks they're getting the ball out. Yep, they are saying it is Huron ball. Knight lost the ball. Looked like she was trying to shovel it to Carr. And they say that a Brandon Valley girl deflected it. It was right in front of me, but I don't have an answer. We'll take the ball. Haley Rogers back into the middle. It goes to Hines. Triple teamed. Left hand had a block by Paget. Comes down. Knight hard to the hoop. She puts it up short. Rebound Salter. Paget running the floor. Goes right into Knight. Count it. She's fouled. Paget having a big first half. That's actually her first points of the second quarter. She has 15 total with the free throw pending. Haley Rogers with her first foul. 27-15, the lead back at a dozen for Brandon Valley. Paget's free throw in and out, no good. Schley has the board. Brandon Valley up by a dozen. Knight into the front court. Flips to Hines, low post, inside the Carr. Kick back out to Rogers. Haley cross court to Hines. Top of the key, it's Knight. Knight, little spin move, free throw line. 3 for Hines, a deep one. Back of the iron, no good. Rebound. Salter gets it on the run, and a foul going to go on Hines. Hines, a little bit of a frustration foul there, perhaps. She picks up her second personal. And we have a timeout, Brandon Valley. 2:46 to go, first half. Brandon Valley leads 27-15. Timeout, 1 minute on Dakota Sports.
Review with Blaine Anderson of Farmers Union Insurance. Auto, home, farm, life, and business. Become a satisfied policyholder with Farmers Union Insurance. Farmers Union Insurance, Blaine Anderson, 1835 Arizona Avenue, Southwest in Huron.
Looking for personalized apparel such as t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, hoodies, jackets? PB Sports, of course. How about signs, logos, and vinyl graphics that pop? PB Sports, of course. Proud sponsor of the Tigers, PB Sports, downtown Huron.
With nearly 130 stores in 12 states, Slumberland has the buying power to bring you the best values from the nation's top furniture brands. Slumberland is America's #1 dealer for Lazy Boy furniture. Slumberland is also the Midwest's largest retailer for Sealy, Simmons, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Slumberland of Huron is completely locally owned and operated. Our staff, including sales and delivery, is made up entirely of your neighbors in Huron. So for the best brands at the best prices, along with truly local service, turn to Slumberland Furniture of Huron.
Dakota Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
Welcome back to Brandon. Coach Zur uses a full timeout there, so each team has used a timeout here in the first half. Huron comes out in a 2-3 zone off the timeout. Brandon Valley with the ball and a 12-point lead. In the corner, Geaver, cross-court pass, nice catch over there. Jumper on the baseline, Paget short, but Salter, offensive rebound, nobody blocked her out. Salter has 8 points on 4 for 4 shooting. And 29-15, the lead back at 14. Schley, bounce pass to Davis, right wing. Davis backs it out. Top of the key, it's Rogers. High post, Hines, kick out. 3 for Davis, no good. Long rebound in the corner and going to be tracked down by Geaver. Was a good look there for Davis. On the baseline, here's the lob in. Low post to Salter, goes with the baby hook for 2. Salter in double figures with 10. And the Lynx up by 16, 31-15. We're inside of 2 minutes to go, first half. Ball through the hand. Schley gets controlled and fouled from behind. New girl in there for Brandon Valley. That was Gwen Lease. Gets called for the reach, her first. Huron will inbound it from the sideline. Knight in, Carr out for Huron. Minute 48 to go, first half. Brandon Valley up 31-15. Right side, Hines gets bumped, gets control, feeds in the middle, and Knight cutting to the basket, gets the hoop. Knight moving without the ball. Hines with the nice dish. First bucket for Knight, 31-17. Lynx into the front court. Work the perimeter. Got some of those seniors that started the game back in. Paget has it at the right wing. Playing some catch on the perimeter. Paget on the baseline, backs it out. Cross court, open 3 in the corner is too strong, and Schley can't come up with the rebound. It was an air ball by Geaver, but sometimes those air balls cross you up when you think it's going to come off the rim. So Brandon Valley will get another opportunity. They only have 9 seconds left on the shot clock, as that was an air ball. Lob comes all the way up top. Nice catch out there by Lease. They got to hurry here with 3-2. Here's the fake, the drive. Shot blocked by Schley. Nice defensive play as she swatted the shot of Parker. Huron in the front court, inside of a minute to go, first half. Hines in the middle. 10-footer is good, just inside the free throw line, and Hines in double figures with 10. 31-19 Lynx, 45 seconds to go, and what's been a fairly quick pace first half, not a lot of fouls. Paget outside, top of the key for the Lynx. Drifts off to the left, comes back right. Pops it out in the corner to Parker. Inside to Salter. Kick in the corner. Here's the drive. Paget runs, shoots over Schley for 2. Paget with the bucket. 33-19, the lead back at 14. Shot clock off with 16 seconds to go, first half. Rogers in the front court. Finds Davis, free throw line, go back door. There's Schley, fouled, and couldn't get it to go. Again, Huron moved the ball quickly that time, and Brandon Valley just didn't get themselves set on defense. Lease with the foul, her second. And Jayla Schley to the line to shoot 2 with 8.4 seconds to go here in the first half. Schley, the 9th grader, and off. Jayla's struggling from that free throw line. That gets to be a mental thing after a while. Kallenberger and Condon back in for Brandon Valley. And Gergen back in for Huron. Don't want Hilton Hines to pick up a cheap third foul. Second free throw, no good. Offensive rebound for Knight with 6-5 seconds. Lost her dribble, gets it to Schley. 3-2, and the ball nearly stolen on the floor. Nobody will get a shot off at the half. It's Brandon Valley 33, Huron 19. Timeout 2 minutes. We'll be back with your halftime report. 2 minutes on Dakota Sports.
How about that new place, the 18th Century Theme Restaurant?
No. How about that one place that has boiled?
No way. Well, you want a juicy burger and ice cream, and I want delicious chicken strips. Dairy Queen!
Dairy Queen of Huron has something for everyone.
Plus, they have the famous DQ Blizzard. My favorite is the Oreo.
And they're open every day of the week for lunch, dinner, or an anytime snack. Dairy Queen of Huron, the place for
hot eats and cool treats.
Are your calves performing to their full potential? Does the ration provide everything they need? Let the experienced feed consultants at Dakota Land Feeds help you get the performance you want and the service you deserve. With the ability to balance rations for every stage of a calf's life, the feed consultants provide valuable information to support your operation. They strive to provide best-in-class service and knowledge you can count on. Dakota Land Feeds, your local feed supplier. Playing the game means bumps, bruises, and breaks happen. Lean on Huron Regional Medical Center Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Orthopedic surgeons Dr. Kevin Over and Dr. Todd Anderson, along with the Pro Rehab Physical Therapy teams, are here to get you back in your game. Schedule an appointment at HuronRegional.org, because when it comes to your health, the right care is right here. Best of luck to our area athletes from Huron Regional Medical Center. Signature Plus Downtown Huron specializes in embroidered and screen-printed items and awards. Signature Plus does all work in-house with the latest in technology and equipment, paying attention to the smallest details. Screen printing and embroidery, stop by for your Huron Tiger sports apparel and for casual business wear. Located at 363 Wisconsin Avenue Southwest, downtown Huron. Signature Plus, supporting the Huron Tigers.
1340 KIJV is Tiger Radio. It's halftime. Let's join the voice of the Huron Tigers, Jeff Duffy.
Halftime here in Brandon, and Brandon Valley, a 33-19 lead over our Huron Tigers. We'll get to the stats coming up. Seven Suns Heating and Air scoreboard update. Actually don't have a lot here, as nobody else in Double A has started at this point. I think all the doubleheaders are out west, so they're an hour later than us anyway. Ken, highlight those state wrestling for the Huron Tigers. 4 Tiger wrestlers will place at the state wrestling tournament. All will wrestle for 7th place tomorrow morning. For the girls, Shaylee Saw at 110 and Colby Glanzer at 145. For the boys, Carter Nilsson at 113 and Lucas Chaparro at 190, and a hat tip to Colby Glanzer. She was actually an alternate for the state wrestling tournament as she placed 5th in the region, but then there was an injury in the bracket and her stats gave her the first option to jump in, so she went from not even being in the tournament on Tuesday to ensuring that she will place on Friday. So in her first year of wrestling as well, quite the story there for Colby Glanzer in the Huron Tigers. That's your Seven Suns Heating and Air scoreboard update. 605-352-5316, 111 Dakota Avenue North. 2-minute timeout. We'll run down the stats here at the half on Dakota Sports.
Recreation in Huron is your ultimate destination for fun and fitness. Challenge yourself and get fit with a fitness class that fits your schedule. The Nordby Center offers water classes, weight and cardio classes, bicycle spin classes, and more. Group fitness classes are led by the Nordby Center's expert instructors. Sign up for a fitness class today. The Nordby Center for Recreation, where the fun never ends.
This is Matt Sibley with Brian J. Davidson Insurance Agency in Huron. You changed thousands of diapers, cut up hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck, duck, goose, because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Brian Davidson will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call today, because like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Experience delicious. Experience Ryan's Hangar Restaurant and Ace Lounge. They specialize in steaks, burgers, seafood, and pasta. Ryan's Hangar can host your party in a private room and offer catering too. Open Monday through Friday 4 to 10, Saturday 4 to 11, and open for lunch every Thursday 11 to 2 and closed on Sunday. Ryan's Hangar Restaurant and Ace Lounge in the Crossroads in downtown Huron.
At Car Chiropractic, we know sports injuries just don't sideline your game. They can sideline your life. Whether you're a weekend warrior, a competitive athlete, or just love staying active, getting back to your best is what we do best. Our team of experts will work with you one-on-one to develop a rehab plan that's as unique as you are. Don't let an injury keep you from doing what you love. Call Car Chiropractic today at 605-352-5264 or visit carchiropractic.com.
Tiger 95 and 1340 KIJV are your home for Huron Tiger sports.
Welcome back to Brandon at the half. Lynx lead the Tigers in our girls game 33-19. Don't forget the boys game comes up next, probably closer to 20 minutes after the conclusion here, as they will do their senior night salute for the boys, for the Lynx boys as well, before they get to the starting lineups and such. Brandon Valley 17 for Olivia Paget, 10 for Gracie Salter. So there's 27 to the 33 right there. Then Rayleigh Stoltz and Vivian Thompson each had a 3 for Brandon Valley. That's their 33. For Huron, 10 points for Hilton Hines, 5 for Allie Davis, 2 points apiece, Addie Knight and Jayla Schley. Shooting in the first half, I had Huron 8 of 21, 38%. Brandon Valley 15 of 31 for 48%. Brandon Valley only shot 1 free throw in the first half, and they missed it. Huron, this is where, boy, you'd like to knock down those free throws when you get the opportunity against a good team, but Huron just 2 of 7 from the free throw line in the first half. And again, Brandon Valley with the 14-point lead here at halftime. We'll take a timeout of 2 minutes, come back and set up our second half here from Brandon. 2 minutes on Dakota Sports.
Great teams need more than talent. They need leadership, positivity, and the power of Hereford beef. At Ravine Creek Ranch, the Bishoffs know raising Hereford cattle takes commitment and care, the same qualities that make great students and athletes. Lead by example. stay positive, and give it your all on the field, on the court, and in the classroom. The Bishops at Ravine Creek Ranch are proud supporters of the Huron Tigers.
Godfather's Pizza of Huron offers dine-in, carry-out, or fast delivery every day of the week. For delivery or carry-out, give them a call at 352-6925. Not sure what to order from their delicious menu? Then dine in and try their famous Godfather's Buffet, featuring a variety of pizza slices, tasty chicken, and many salads and desserts to choose from. They're locally owned, so stop in and say hi to Derek and the rest of the pizza crew. They're located on 195 21st Street in Huron. Godfather's Pizza. Give them a call, 352-6925.
The Huron Eye Clinic is proud to sponsor the Huron Tigers. The doctors and staff at the Huron Eye Clinic are committed to providing quality service and products to their patients in Huron and surrounding areas. The Huron Eye Clinic offers comprehensive eye exams, contact lens exams, infant C screenings, LASIK consultations, ocular disease services, and pediatric eye care. Stop in at the office at 1288 Dakota Avenue South to make an appointment, or call the Huron Eye Clinic today at 605-352-4181.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance your existing home? I'm Jamie Olson, your local mortgage loan officer at American Bacon Trust in Huron. Whether it's a conventional loan with local servicing, VA, FHA, rural development, jumbo, or a home equity line of credit, I'm here to help you find the right fit. Let's make your home goals happen. Apply today at mortgagewithjamie.com or call 353-2818. American Bacon Trust, where your journey begins. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to the Huron Tigers on Dakota Sports KIJV.
Welcome back to Brandon as we get set for the second half here of our girls game. Brandon Valley 33, Huron 19. Again, as far as I know, Brandon Valley has the number one seed clinched here regardless of what happens tonight. And if the Sodak was tonight, they would be playing Sturgis. Huron right now is sitting at number 10. And most likely, Huron's either going to be 10 or 11, depending on what happens with other teams. I know Coach Goffman was watching the Spearfish scores, in particular Yankton and Spearfish, tonight to see what happens there, because that could have an impact. But, there are other variables, but for now, the odds are highest that Huron would go to either Mitchell or Sioux Falls Jefferson for their Sodak game next Friday, but there are other variables in there that could bring a different opponent in as well. But hey, he's got an engineering degree. He can figure all that stuff out. For the Huron boys, the general consensus is Huron is at 3 regardless of what happens tonight. They have a big enough advantage between them and whoever's in fourth. I know Watertown's in fifth, but it does not appear Huron can be caught from behind, and Huron can't catch Roosevelt ahead of them. So Huron likely looking at the number 3 seed, and for certain will be at the arena next Saturday. We start the second half. Brandon Valley coming towards me as they have the possession to start the third quarter. Paget comes off left side to Condon. Condon flicks back to Paget in the corner. Paget, couple of dribbles. Condon, top of the key. High post, Salter. Salter takes the 10-footer in traffic. No good. And there with the rebound, Addie Knight. First miss from the field tonight for Salter. She was 5 of 5 in the first half. There's a foul quickly on Brandon Valley. A king-size hack going to be called on Reese Condon. That'll be her first foul. And Huron will run the out-of-bounds play on the sideline to my left. Hines in the middle as Salter there, back up top, swing it, kick out to Gergen. Gergen, a couple of dribbles, trying to get away from Paget. To the high post, free throw line. Knight backs it out inside Carr. Carr squares up on Salter, kick out. In the corner, it's Hines. Hines will drive, go back door to Carr, and Chloe couldn't come up with the handle and has turned over. Condon coming up the floor for the Lynx. Condon, nobody gets in front of her. Oh, she had a wide open layup. Instead, gave it up to Kallenberger, and Kallenberger gets the layup. 35-19, the lead back at 16. I believe this equals Brandon Valley's biggest lead of the game. Here's Hines in the middle. Back door, it goes to Davis. Off glass for 2. Allie Davis has 7 points. First she scored since the first quarter. Paget on the hesitation, flips out in the corner to Geaver. Now back up top, baseline. There's Paget, shoots over Carr. It's short, gets her own rebound, shoots over Knight, blocked by Knight. And Knight comes down with the rebound, and a travel going to go on Knight. She got tied up by Salter. You would think that'd be a jump ball before it'd be a travel, but official whistled the walk. And Brandon Valley gets it off the turnover right below me. Condon goes inside Paget, kick out, wide open three, Geaver, got it. Geaver, her first bucket of the game, and Brandon Valley extends the lead to 17, 38-21. 6:18 to go, third quarter, double team in the backcourt. Now it's Davis, triple team back there. We're going to call a timeout, there it is. I could see Kaufman right behind the official, and timeout Huron. It'll be a 30-second timeout. 6:11 to go, third quarter. Timeout 30 on Dakota Sports.
Market is proud to be part of the Huron community and to cheer on area high school athletes all season long. At Wishbone, they believe in supporting local, which is why you'll find South Dakota favorites on their shelves, from wines and meats to hometown snacks. They have great in-store savings and new products with updates shared on their Facebook page. Follow them on Facebook and stop in today to shop local, save more, and enjoy the best from South Dakota at Wishbone Market.
Tiger 95 and 1340 KIJV.
Timeout Huron Tigers, their second, their final 30. Huron still has to get it up the full court here, and the ball deflected out of bounds or kicked by Salter officially. And ball comes into Hines, back to Davis. Davis lobs up ahead, and Gergen into the front court, comes up the right side, almost carried it. Hands it off to Davis. High post. Here's the lob down low and thrown away. Salter with the steal up the floor. Paget releasing and takes it in for the layup. Paget, her first bucket of the second half. She has 19. 40-21. Brandon Valley up by 19. Ball deflected, comes down to Davis. She's double teamed and fouled. Salter will pick up her third. They're only going to let you be grabby for so long with that pressure defense. Salter picks up her third foul. Here on a run, the out of bounds play on the baseline, far end of the floor from me. Davis will trigger the inbounds, comes out to Hines. Hines, little fadeaway, it's short, ball slapped out. Carr controls, kick out to Davis. Davis into the paint, backs her way into the block, gets bumped, and a pair of free throws coming up for Allie Davis. 5.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Brandon Valley 40, Huron 21. Huron had one lead. It was at 3-2 at the beginning of the game. Coming up on 7 o'clock, KIJV, AM/FM Huron. Allie Davis, free throw good. She's got 8. One more shot for senior Allie Davis. Elise, I believe, is her given name. I could be wrong on that. Second free throw off the mark, rebound, and Brandon Valley can't come. Oh, they're going to say off a Knight. Well, it was at the far end of the floor. Knight was battling with Geaver for that rebound. It looked like it would have been a lot. Now, again, it was that far end of the floor, but it sure looked like I thought it would have been off of Geaver. So Brandon Valley into the offense. Here on staying zone. Salter feeds out in the corner to Geaver. Cross court, Paget. Paget will go baseline, double team. Ball deflected, stolen. I think Hines got a hand on the ball. Picked up by Knight. Hines in the front court on the push. Hilton, a little wraparound pass, and Chloe Carr fouled from behind. And Chloe will get a pair of free throws. Again, the free throw line has not been real friendly to the Huron Tigers tonight. Foul on Geaver, I believe. It's her second. And 4-team on Brandon Valley, and we still have 5:05 to go here, third quarter, and Huron continues to struggle from the free throw line as Carr misses her first one. Huron well under 50% on their free throw shooting in the game. Second free throw good, 1 out of 2 for Chloe. 40-23 Brandon Valley. So we had 5 minutes to go, third quarter. Paget gets it up left side, Condon. High post Salter, whip it back to Paget for 3, right wing, got it. Paget with 22 to lead all scorers. 43-23 to lead up at 20. Davis into the front court. Brandon Valley looking to trap. Davis gets around it. Goes baseline, still trapped. Ball deflected, but out to Carr. In the middle, it goes to Hines. Hines against Salter. Goes with the left-hand scoop. Too strong. Rebound, Brandon Valley. Long pass tipped away by Knight. Couldn't save it in. Good hustle down the floor by Knight, however. But Brandon Valley will keep possession with 4.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Up top, Paget. Left side, Condon. Whips it cross court to Giever. Low post inside, Kallenberger shoots over Carr and short. Rebound slapped out of bounds. Who touched it last? Brandon Valley did. It'll be Huron Tiger ball. 43-23, Brandon Valley leading. 4:12 to go, third quarter. Inbounds deflected away by Kallenberger and last touch by Hines. And the ball will turn over to Brandon Valley. Rogers going to check in for Huron, replacing Gergen. Just way too many turnovers on the part of the black and orange tonight. Brandon Valley has Giever, top of the key. Condon left side, high post Paget. Paget double teamed. Gets it back off to Salter. She'll dump it on the baseline. Kallenberger tried the backhand shot over Carr. No good. Rebound Knight. Knight has Kallenberger coming after her. Gets it in the front court, and now Carr. Up top it's Davis. Huron struggled to score here in the third quarter. Hines, kick out. Rogers, three. Right wing, too strong. Rebound, Brandon Valley. They're in transition. Long pass up ahead to Paget. Steps to the hoop, off glass for two. Paget with 24. As Brandon Valley has broken the game open, up 22, 45-23. Huron's only scored 4 points here in the third quarter. Knight on the drive, blocked by Salter. Huron will keep possession. Schley in for the first time in the second half for Huron. Back in for Brandon Valley, Annika Peterson, along with Gwen Lease, or excuse me, that's Rayleigh Stoltz. Huron will inbound on the baseline, far into the floor from me. Pass comes all the way out. Here's the drive by Hines. 10-footer, back of the rim, gets the shooter's roll. A dozen for Hilton Hines. 45-25, Huron back within 20. Up top, right side, Giever. Now back in the corner, fake by Kallenberger. She'll go baseline, feed in the middle for Peterson up with the left hand, and she's fouled going up to the basket. 2 shots coming up for Annika Peterson, and this was just the second time Brandon Valley has shot free throws. They shot one and missed it in the first half. This will be their second and third free throw here. Foul on Allie Davis is her first. Free throw no good. Well, neither team exactly hitting their free throws, although it's a small sample size for Brandon Valley. Gergen quickly back in for Huron. As Annika Peterson will get one more shot. Got that one out of 2. 46-25, the lead 21. Pass in the middle, Gergen. Gergen will cross the timeline. Lob to the left, Knight. In the corner goes to Schley. Schley back cross court up right side, Gergen. And the ball deflected, but Knight gets control of it. And now she does throw it away. Steal well knocked away, but it'll be last touch by Hines. Huron just getting a little sloppy with the ball handling and the passes. And to be fair, Brandon Valley's pressure is relentless. They're getting a double team on the ball almost all the time when Huron's in their offense. Back comes Brandon Valley with 2.5 minutes to go, third quarter. In the corner, Kallenberger has Paget into the paint, wrap around underneath Kallenberger. She throws it away, picked up by Knight, and then she's tied up with Paget. A jump ball, and possession goes to the Huron Tigers. 2:20 to go, third quarter, and in for the first time for the Huron Tigers, junior Jesselyn Noyes. She's got a wrap on her right shoulder, must have got injured in the JV. I didn't notice that when she was playing in the JV that she had that wrap. 46-25, Brandon Valley, 2:20 to go, third quarter. Cross-court pass, Knight gets away from Kallenberger into the front court. Knight on the dribble, hands it off to Hines. Hilton into the paint. Little fadeaway is short. Rebound, nice one-handed grab there by Stoltz. Stoltz whips it in the corner to Paget. Shoulder fake into the paint, over Schley, no good. Gets her own rebound and gets fouled. 2 shots and not much of a foul, and I think Cody Kaufman's in agreement with me on that. Well, put it this way, Huron was doing to Paget what Brandon Valley's been doing to Huron with stripping the ball and having the hand on the ball, and Paget misses the free throw. She'll get one more. The foul on Schley is her first. Second free throw good, 1 out of 2 for Paget. 47-25, Brandon Valley. Jump pass into the front court to Rogers. Rogers high post. There's Hines, 10-footer, got it. Hines now with 14 of the 27 for Huron. I think Davis has 8. 47-27, the lead back at 20. High post, Peterson, backdoor Kallenberger underneath the basket. She's double teamed. And then finally a 3-second call going to go on Kallenberger. Nice triple team there between Noyes, Schley, and Hines. And Huron gets the ball off the Lynx turnover with 1:29 to go here in the third quarter. Rogers on the inbounds, right back to Knight. In the middle, Hines. Hines gets it up ahead to Noyes. Noyes on the drive, now brings it back, cross-court Rogers. High post, there's Hines. Hines fakes, trying to get away from Peterson. Now Noyes on the left wing, and there's a 3-second call on Hilton Hines. 3 seconds isn't called the way it was back in my day where it got called all the time, but I don't know the last time I saw it happen in back-to-back possessions about 25 seconds apart. Back comes Brandon Valley as we near 1 minute to go, third quarter. Spin move by Paget, goes baseline, and Kallenberger couldn't handle it. And going to be stripped out and stolen by Huron. Long pass up the head. Schley goes by Paget, blocked by Paget. Good hustle back defensively by Paget. Huron will keep possession with 55 seconds to go in the third quarter. 47-27, Brandon Valley up by 20. Inbounds in the corner. Rogers thought about the 3, couldn't get it off. Now there's the 3 Noise, but a whistle away from the ball. And it's not a foul, I don't think so. I have no idea what that call was. It was on the other side of the court. I don't think it was a 3-second. In any case, Huron does not have possession of the ball anymore. Paget walks the ball up, setting it up for Brandon Valley. Comes left side to Stoltz, high post. Here comes Paget. In the corner, open 3 for Parker is no good. Offensive rebound, Peterson. Her putback no good, and Hines can't get the rebound secured. And Brandon Valley will get another opportunity as Carr and Davis come in. Knight and Rogers come out for Huron. 36 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Brandon Valley up by 20. Left side, Kallenberger getting guarded closely by Davis, and then Stoltz has the ball slapped away by Hines. And Brandon Valley will inbound it in front of their team bench. They may be holding it for one shot here. There's about 2.5 seconds difference, I'd say, game clock, shot clock. Paget out near the timeline. Davis comes out there just to keep her honest. Paget dribbles off to the right with 16 seconds to go. And they're down to 10 on the shot clock. Paget backs it out, spreads the floor. Wants to drive, comes to the left. Shovels it off in the corner. Parker fakes. Ball deflected by Davis. And Davis comes up with the ball, then lost it and picked up. And a travel going to be called on Paget with 0.4 seconds left here in the third quarter. Not much Huron can do, but inbound it. And we will head to the fourth quarter. 0.4 seconds remaining here in the third. Inbound, Schley gets the shot off at the buzzer, made it, but they wave it off. They wave it off after the buzzer. After 3, it's 47-27 Brandon Valley. Timeout, 1 minute on Dakota Sports.
Kaufman Livestock of Huron is a proud supporter of the Huron Tigers in all area high school athletics. Marty, Cody, and Logan Kaufman raise registered Simmental bulls. 2 are former Huron Tigers, 1 a former Alpena Wildcat. Best of luck to all area athletes and the Huron Tigers. From Kaufman Livestock of Huron.
Wilbur Ellis is a leading provider of innovative solutions in plant protection, plant nutrition, and field technology. They offer premier products and one-on-one relationships with local field experts to help their customers grow. Wilbur Ellis is committed to bringing you and your operation new and innovative ideas. Contact your local Wilbur Ellis specialist today to find out how to maximize your return on investment. Wilbur Ellis wishes all area high school athletes the best of luck this season.
You're listening to the Huron Tigers on Dakota Sports KIJV.
We head to the fourth quarter. Brandon Valley is in control of this one, up by 20, 47-27. Start the fourth quarter. Looks like Lynx have pretty much all their starters still out there. Spreading the floor again, probably working on a few different sets. Salter goes in the middle to Paget. Outside, Parker on the baseline. Flicks back out to Geaver. Cross-court pass and a moving screen going to be called on Condon. I could see that from there. The cross-court pass, they're trying to set up Paget for a three-point shot, and Condon was just moving right with Hilton Hines, who was trying to get out there defensively. Pass up ahead. They get it to Knight. Knight gets away from a couple of girls. We'll get it across the timeline. Just underway in the fourth quarter. Brandon Valley up 20. Back door, they'll go inside to Carr. Fakes, go up with it. Free throw line jumper for Hines is good. Huron does get the bucket, 16 for Hilton Hines. 47-29. Here comes Paget in the corner. Open three. Condon's an air ball, but right down to Salter, who gets the easy putback. Well, they miss a shot, but get the rebound on the air ball, and Brandon Valley forces a turnover on the press. Parker on the right wing, Paget on the baseline, shoots the 15-footer, no good, rebound, and Salter, boy, reaching over. They get back inside to Paget, she misses again, and then a foul going to go on Huron. Well, all I'll say is they certainly let Salter reach over Chloe Carr, and they're the same size. Chloe Carr with the foul, that's her second. Brandon Valley runs the out of bounds, comes all the way out to Geaver, who almost stepped out of bounds. Paget at the top of the key, backs it out, resets for the Lynx. Salter on the right wing. Salter, one dribble, cross court left side. Here's the drive baseline. Back door, the ball deflected. Salter gets control. Now she's being guarded, and a foul goes on Huron. And again, Brandon Valley does that, and they're allowed to grab and go after the ball. Huron does it, and Brandon Valley shoots free throws. Gracie Salter at the line to shoot two. Foul on Noyes is her first. Free throw is no good for Salter. That is one common denominator tonight. Neither team has been shooting the free throws very well. Noyes out as Gergen's back in for Huron. Huron has their starting five back on the floor. Second free throw no good, and that's got to be a foul, and it is, with Parker pushing up the back of Chloe Carr, going after the rebound. So again, well, Brandon Valley, I have them 2 of 7 from the free throw line. Huron is 4 of 11. Still 49-29, 20-point lead. Long pass into the front court, and Hilton Hines couldn't come up with it, and she goes crashing into her teammates there. You're supposed to catch her. Huron turns the ball over again. Turnovers, without a doubt, have been the biggest issue, and that's the way. But Brandon Valley just forces you into mistakes, and it's not unlike what we saw with O'Gorman on Tuesday. Brandon Valley with a minute and a half gone in the fourth quarter. Get it to Condon. Squares up. Open three. Kallenberger, no good. And Addie Knight with the rebound. Seems like Addie's had some rebounds. They double team her. Get it to Gergen. Gergen back up ahead to Knight. Knight surveys the situation. Got to hurry. And a timeout Huron. 6:04 to go in the game. Brandon Valley 49, Huron 29. Timeout 1 minute on Dakota Sports.
review with Blaine Anderson of Farmers Union Insurance. Auto, home, farm, life, and business. Become a satisfied policyholder with Farmers Union Insurance. Farmers Union Insurance, Blaine Anderson, 1835 Arizona Avenue, Southwest in Huron.
Looking for personalized apparel such as t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, hoodies, jackets? PB Sports, of course. How about signs, logos, and vinyl graphics at pop? PB Sports, of course, proud sponsor of the Tigers, PB Sports, downtown Huron.
With nearly 130 stores in 12 states, Slumberland has the buying power to bring you the best values from the nation's top furniture brands. Slumberland is America's #1 dealer for Lazy Boy furniture. Slumberland is also the Midwest's largest retailer for Sealy, Simmons, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Slumberland of Huron is completely locally owned and operated. Our staff, including sales and delivery, is made up entirely of your neighbors in Huron. So for the best brands at the best prices, along with truly local service, turn to Slumberland Furniture of Huron.
Tiger 95 and 1340 KIJV.
Welcome back to Brandon, South Dakota. Huron using their third timeout. They have 2 full remaining. Hines into the front court. Now flits it back to Knight. Here on the offense, free throw line. Hines, couple of dribbles. Kicks back out to Gergen. Rounds out to the top of the key. Gergen hands it off up top. Schley back in for Huron, by the way. Knight backs it out. 5 seconds on the shot clock. You got to go. 4-3. Inside it goes to Schley. Knocked away. Will stay with Huron, but 1 second on the shot clock. You got to catch and shoot to get something out of this for the Huron Tigers. Knight will inbound it. And Gergen, and didn't even... I don't think Gergen was even aware of that as she just grabbed the ball, looked around, and shot clock violation on the Huron Tigers with 5:38 to go in the game. 20-point lead for Brandon Valley, 49-29. Again, Huron's defensive game plan hasn't been that bad. The Lynx tend to score a lot of points. Ball knocked away by Knight, but way too many turnovers by the Tigers tonight. Brandon Valley will inbound it after that ball was slapped away by Eddie Knight. Left side, Kallenberger. They go into Salter. Backdoor to Kallenberger underneath. Puts it up too strong. Rebound knocked out, and you give it to Brandon Valley. My goodness. I do not agree with that call at all. Brandon Valley will inbound it. Salter on the right wing. Up top, Parker. On the left, Giever. Now they're working the perimeter. Giever has an open look at the three. Left elbow, back of the iron. Got the shooter's roll. Bounced on the rim a couple of times. Giever with her second three. First time anybody's scored in a while. It's 52-29 Brandon Valley. Inside of 5 minutes to go in the game. Knight into the front court. Hard and fouled by Brandon Valley. Call will go against the Lynx. Foul on Brandon Valley is on Parker. That's her second. Third team on Brandon Valley. Huron has two. Couple new girls. Peterson back in for Brandon Valley. I believe Condon came back in for the Lynx as well. Huron inbounds from the sideline all the way into the backcourt to Hines. Now it's Knight again. Knight, top of the key. Goes high post. Triple team on Hines. Gets the shot off anyway and knocks it in. 18 for Hilton Hines. 52-31 Brandon Valley. 4.5 minutes to go in the game. Lynx working against the Huron zone. Salter goes underneath Kallenberger, and she's fouled. And that is a legitimate foul as Gergen kind of mistimed her jump and just leaned into Kallenberger. Two shots coming up for Ava Kallenberger, who has one bucket in the game for Gergen. That's her first and the third team on Huron. Down to 4:26 to go in the ball game. Free throw is no good as both teams continue to struggle from the charity stripe. Davis in, Gergen out for Huron. Second shot is no good. Missed them both. Rebound underneath. Knight had it, lost it. Jump ball. Possession will go to the Huron Tigers. 4:23 remaining in the boys' game will follow probably about 20 minutes after, as Brandon Valley will do their senior night introductions before the lineups. Knight in the backcourt, still pressing. There's Davis. Davis looks up ahead, lobs up ahead. Rogers right wing. Boy, Haley had a look at the three, didn't take it. Backdoor, nice play from Hilton Hines to Addie Knight for the layup. Addie moving without the ball, and Hilton spotted her. 4 minutes to go in the game. Kallenberger underneath the basket has to kick back out. Open 18-footer is good for Condon. Condon, her first shot of the game, so her first bucket as well. 54-33 to lead back at 21. Nice catch, Knight. In the middle, it comes to Davis. Davis in the front court. Look out from behind. Allie gets a screen, drives in, has her shot blocked. And Brandon Valley clears the board. Here's the drive. Padgett pulls up with the 10-footer short. Rebound and ripped away by Hilton Hines, and she's getting mugged under there. And they do call the foul. I was half waiting for them to call it on Hilton for waving her elbows. Now Brandon Valley is going to take the starters out. The foul was on Padgett, her first, and Brandon Valley puts in a new 5. Parker is back in. Stoltz is back in. Vivian Thompson back in. That's 3 of them anyway, but a new 5 for the Lynx with 3:20 to go. And Huron turns the ball over as Allie Davis could not hand the cross-court pass. Now Huron, in turn, is going to empty their bench as well, and we'll have the JV teams go the rest of the way. Lynx will finish out the regular season at 20-0. Huron 500 at 10-10. Ramsey Roselle into the game for the first time. Noyes back in along with Gergen. Gergen gets the starter, but I think Huron only has 4 bench players that can play. 3 in the corner. No good for Brandon Valley as Thompson misses. Rebound, Noyes into the front court. Rogers on the right wing. Gets it to Gergen. Gergen around the perimeter. We're inside of 3 minutes to go. Brandon Valley up by 21. Rogers on the left wing. Comes back. Top Noyes. Rogers. Rogers could take that 3. Why not? Roselle top of the key. Right side. Flick in the corner. Open 3 for Gergen is too strong. Outside shot has not been there tonight for Huron. Ball is knocked away by Huron on the inbound or on the trip up the floor, and will stay with possession of the Brandon Valley Lynx. 2:28 to go in the game. Both teams will have a week off with the Sodak 16 next Friday. Brandon Valley knows they'll be at home. Huron knows they'll be on the road. Opponents will be determined by tomorrow night. Open 3, left wing is off the mark, and Roselle has the rebound, and a foul in the backcourt going to go on Brandon Valley. And that puts Huron in the bonus, and Ramsey Roselle, freshman, will get a chance to score in the varsity game. Not sure if she has scored on the varsity this year or not. She's had limited minutes. And again, Huron, I think, only has 4 girls available off the bench. Free throw good for Roselle, because between the JV and the sophomore, everybody else has used up their quarters, I assume. Second shot for Roselle is good. Hit them both. 54-35. 2:15 remaining. Brandon Valley brings the ball up. Parker backs it out against the Huron zone. Comes left side Langrock. Goes in the middle. The ball tied up. Stolen. Picked up by Haley Rogers. Rogers into the front court on the right wing. Gergen top of the key. Right back to Rogers. Working against the BV zone. Gergen on the left side, looks inside, looks high post. On the baseline, Schley, back up top, Rogers. Reverse right side, Noyes. Noyes at the key, overhand pass, Rogers, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gergen, right wing, brings it back up top. Here's Rogers, 4-3, they go inside to Schley, puts up the 10-footer, no good. And the rebound for Brandon Valley. Links into the front court with London Walks, a freshman, turns the ball over, picked up by Schley. Then Schley has it turned over and comes back down to Walks, who goes up and misses the layup. Nobody goes after the rebound, and Parker able to pick it up. And we have basically a whistle just to bring 3 new players in that haven't gotten into the game yet for Brandon Valley. Minute 7 remaining here. Good crowd here tonight with the boys' game still to come. The Lynx will salute the senior boys before the starting lineup, so it'll be about 20 minutes probably in between games here. High post, kick out left side, ball deflected but picked up by Walkus. In 50 seconds to go in the game. Brandon Valley working the perimeter. They're at 10 seconds on the shot clock. Left side, little fake, drive into the paint. Kick back out to Autumn Peterson. Shot clock running down. Autumn Peterson will take a long 3. No good. I don't think it drew iron. And Huron will have the ball with 33 seconds left in the game. And the shot clock is off. I imagine Huron will try to get a shot off if they can here to wrap things up. Haley Rogers on the right wing goes inside to Gergen. 19-18 to go. Ball deflected, stolen, and here comes Walkus down the floor, and she'll take it up for the left-handed layup. I guess they did still want to score. 7 seconds to go here in the game. One last chance for the Tigers to score. Gergen, top of the key, 3, no good. The final, Brandon Valley 56, Huron 35. 2-minute timeout. We'll do a Gary Zell Auto Glass post game. We'll run down the stats and get you set for the boys game next. 2 minutes on Dakota Sports.
How about that new place, the 18th Century Theme Restaurant?
No. How about that one place that has boiled?
No way. Well, you want a juicy burger and ice cream, and I want delicious chicken strips. Dairy Queen!
Dairy Queen of Huron has something for everyone.
Plus, they have the famous DQ Blizzard. My favorite is the Oreo.
And they're open every day of the week for lunch, dinner, or an anytime snack. Dairy Queen of Huron, the place for
hot eats and cool treats.
Are your calves performing to their full potential? Does the ration provide everything they need? Let the experienced feed consultants at Dakota Land Feeds help you get the performance you want and the service you deserve. With the ability to balance rations for every stage of a calf's life, the feed consultants provide valuable information to support your operation. They strive to provide best-in-class service and knowledge you can count on. Dakota Land Feeds, your local feed supplier. Playing the game means bumps, bruises, and breaks happen. Lean on Huron Regional Medical Center Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Orthopedic surgeons Dr. Kevin Over and Dr. Todd Anderson, along with the Pro Rehab Physical Therapy teams, are here to get you back in your game. Schedule an appointment at HuronRegional.org, because when it comes to your health, the right care is right here. Best of luck to our area athletes from Huron Regional Medical Center. The Nordby Center for Recreation in Huron is your ultimate destination for fun and fitness. Challenge yourself and get fit with a fitness class that fits your schedule. The Nordby Center offers water classes, weight and cardio classes, bicycle spin classes, and more. Group fitness classes are led by the Nordby Center's expert instructors. Sign up for a fitness class today. The Nordby Center for Recreation, where the fun never ends.
Gary Zell Auto Glass is a proud supporter of Huron High School sports and the Tiger postgame show. Gary and Michael Zell offer mobile glass replacement of windshields, door glass, cars and trucks, even tractor cabs on site. Gary Zell Auto Glass does chip repairs, and they process all insurance paperwork. Call 352-0836 or toll free 1-888-852-0355. Gary Zell Auto Glass in Huron.
The Huron Tiger post-game report on Tiger 95 is brought to you by Gary Zell Auto Glass. Here's the voice of the Tigers, Jeff Duffy.
And welcome back to Brandon as our Gary Zell Auto Glass post game for the girls is underway. Brandon Valley only trailed once. Huron hit a 3 early to go up 3-2, but after that, Brandon Valley took control. Again, not a bad effort defensively, but way too many turnovers. You missed some free throws to go on top of it. Maybe that helps a little bit. But Brandon Valley, Brandon Valley, according to my score sheet, Brandon Valley shot the ball 23 more times for the game than what Huron did. We'll get to those stats coming up. Brandon Valley now 20-0, top ranked, top seeded in AA. Olivia Paget with 25 points. She hit her first 6 shots of the game, all in the first quarter. Gracie Salter added 12. She struggled with foul trouble tonight. Then 6 points for London Geaver. 2 points for Ava Kallenberger. I guess I forgot to add up a few more here. 2 points for London Walkus. 3 points, Vivian Thompson, and a free throw for Annika Peterson. For the Huron Tigers, finish out the regular season at 500, 10-10. 18 for Hilton Hines, 8 for Allie Davis, 4 points for Addie Knight, 2 for Ramsey Roselle, 2 for Jayla Schley, and a free throw for Chloe Carr. Shooting in the game, I had Huron 13 of 36 for 36%. Brandon Valley 24 of 59 for 41%. So again, 23 more shots from the field for Brandon Valley than Huron. And both coaches are going to look at that free throw chart and say, we need to do better if we're going to get something accomplished in the postseason. Brandon Valley just 2 of 9 from the free throw line tonight, while Huron was 6 of 13. So those are the numbers. And the Brandon Valley girls finish out the regular season undefeated at 20-0. Huron at 500, 10-10. Brandon Valley will have the top seed in the AA playoffs, which begin next Friday. Huron, most likely, the way Kaufman has it figured out, either 10 or 11 is what he figures. There could be some, there could be an upset in there that could change things one way or another, but bottom line is there's going to be still 4 AA games being played tomorrow for both girls and boys, so we'll just have to wait that out, probably late afternoon, early evening, before the brackets will be out for AA boys and girls. So speaking of that, we move on to our boys game, Huron and Brandon Valley. Huron comes in with a record of 15-4. Brandon Valley is 12-7. Both teams in line to host a SODAC game next week. All the arithmetic everybody's thrown out there with results from earlier this week. Huron is locked in at number 3. They can't drop to 4, and they can't move up to 2. So Huron is just going with that, and obviously something screwy can happen. It usually does, but Huron appears to be locked in at number 3. Brandon Valley, I believe right now they're at number 7. And with a win tonight and some help, Coach Nilsson said they could move up to number 6. Most likely, though, they'll be 7 or 8, but still getting the home court, and that's the main thing. Brandon Valley is the defending champions here for AA, but did lose some good players, but do have a couple of starters back off of last year's state championship team as well. Talked to both coaches, Craig Nelson, head coach of Brandon Valley, and Tim Budnigan, head coach of our Tigers. We'll talk to both coaches coming up after this 2-minute timeout on Dakota Sports.
J. Davidson Insurance Agency in Huron. You changed thousands of diapers, cut off hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose, because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Brian Davidson will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call today, because like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Experience delicious. Experience Ryan's Hangar Restaurant and Ace Lounge. They specialize in steaks, burgers, seafood, and pasta. Ryan's Hangar can host your party in a private room and offer catering too. Open Monday through Friday 4 to 10, Saturday 4 to 11, and open for lunch every Thursday 11 to 2 and closed on Sunday. Ryan's Hangar Restaurant and Ace Lounge in the Crossroads in downtown Huron.
ProClean Plus offers epoxy floor cleaning for garages, basements, and outdoor patios, as well as commercial and industrial spaces. Call 605-352-5776 to get a free estimate. Let the pros at ProClean Plus help you get a great-looking, durable surface with the epoxy flooring. Locally owned and operated, visit them at 201 Market Street East, or check out their website at procleanplus.net. ProClean Plus is a proud sponsor of Huron Tiger Sports.
At Car Chiropractic, we know sports injuries just don't sideline your game. They can sideline your life. Whether you're a weekend warrior, a competitive athlete, or just love staying active, getting back to your best is what we do best. Our team of experts will work with you one-on-one to develop a rehab plan that's as unique as you are. Don't let an injury keep you from doing what you love. Call Car Chiropractic today at 605-352-5264 or visit carchiropractic.com.
Dakota Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
Getting set for our boys' half of the doubleheader now. Huron Tigers visiting the Brandon Valley Lynx. Craig Nelson, head coach of the Lynx. They come in with a record of 12-7, getting set to wrap up the season here. And Coach, your thoughts on the season? Of course, the state title last year. You do have a few pieces back. Lost a lot though too, but it looks like the kids have been really playing well here over the last month.
Yeah, we've done okay since the midpoint of the season, kind of figuring things out a little bit. And, you know, there's times this team reminds me of last year's team with their defense and just how hard they play and things like that.
You know, and looking at your lineup here, I see a couple of names I recognize, but like I said, you know, you did lose some pieces off there, but again, just time to reload.
Yeah, Briggs Knutson returns as a 2-year starter, and then Austin Doubt started last year as a sophomore post, so we had those two back. But had some nice pieces ready from our JV teams, you know, ready to come in and play some good minutes. And other guys have stepped up. We've had 3 sophomores on the court quite a bit and have been playing a freshman big man lately, a lot like what Huron does. So, you know, you might have stretches of the game where you got 6, 7, 8 young kids in the game.
And what are some of the things this bunch likes to do?
You know, it's been versatile. We started the year kind of throwing the ball inside quite a bit. More recently, I thought we shot it a little bit better. So it's been a little bit of inside out, but I thought we've defended really well over the last month or so.
Now the Huron Tigers come in tonight, and in your long high school career, I don't know, have you ever seen a high school team with this much height?
Not that I can remember, no. It presents a lot of matchup problems, and we're not a very big team the way it is. So, you know, it was nice 2 years ago where both of us had all kinds of massive dudes all over the floor, and we matched up a little bit better. So, we'll have some 5'10s guarding some 6'10s tonight, and we'll find a way to make it happen.
And overall here, as I said, last game of the season, you had a pretty good feeling you're going to be home for the Sodak 16. Obviously, a win tonight can help solidify that and also maybe a little better seed.
Yeah, I think with the range of teams that are in, let's say, you know, number 5 all the way to number 12 are really good basketball teams. I don't know if it matters who we play or what seed it is at this point. I'm just happy that I'm pretty sure we're in a position to be able to host one.
Craig Nelson, head coach of Brandon Valley, will take a timeout. 1 minute on Dakota Sports.
Great teams need more than talent. They need leadership, positivity, and the power of Hereford beef. At Ravine Creek Ranch, the Bishops know raising Hereford cattle takes commitment and care, the same qualities that make great students and athletes. Lead by example, stay positive, and give it your all, on the field, on the court, and in the classroom. The Bishops at Ravine Creek Ranch are proud supporters of the Huron Tigers.
Godfather's Pizza of Huron offers dine-in, carry-out, or fast delivery every day of the week. For delivery or carry-out, give them a call at 352-6925. Not sure what to order from their delicious menu? Then dine in and try their famous Godfather's Buffet, featuring a variety of pizza slices, tasty chicken, and many salads and desserts to choose from. They're locally owned, so stop in and say hi to Derek and the rest of the pizza crew. They're located at 195 21st Street in Huron. Godfather's Pizza. Give them a call, 352-6925.
The Huron Eye Clinic is proud to sponsor the Huron Tigers. The doctors and staff at the Huron Eye Clinic are committed to providing quality service and products to their patients in Huron and surrounding areas. The Huron Eye Clinic offers comprehensive eye exams, contact lens exams, infant C screenings, LASIK consultations, ocular disease services, and pediatric eye care. Stop in at the office at 1288 Dakota Avenue South to make an appointment, or call the Huron Eye Clinic today at 605-352-4181.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance your existing home? I'm Jamie Olson, your local mortgage loan officer at American Bank & Trust in Huron. Whether it's a conventional loan with local servicing, VA, FHA, rural development, jumbo, or a home equity line of credit, I'm here to help you find the right fit. Let's make your home goals happen. Apply today at mortgagewithjamie.com or call 353-2818. American Bank & Trust, where your journey begins. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to the Huron Tigers on Dakota Sports KIJV.
Continuing our pregame here in between games of our doubleheader in Brandon. Huron Tigers, Brandon Valley Lynx getting set for the boys matchup. Huron Tiger boys coach Tim Budnigan, brought to you by the Scoreboard, 3rd Street, downtown Huron. Tigers coming off a second really tight home win. You can go O'Gorman and, Coach, it just felt like our backs were against the wall a lot of the time. We just hung in there. And, we found a way to win, and maybe that's something the last couple of years we hadn't been able to do, so shows a little bit about our kids.
Well, especially when we're down, and then things weren't going really well to begin the second half. And they took a lead, and then all of a sudden we battled back in the fourth quarter. Then they took another lead, and then we finally got the lead at the end of the game, and we got the stop. We always talk to the guys about, hey, it's going to come down to sometime we're going to have to get a stop. We did, and then Anderson threw a really nice pass to Blake, and then we got the intentional foul. So, yeah, I think our kids battled. They competed the whole night. I just didn't think we had the energy that we needed to compete with O'Gorman, because they're scrappy. They get on the floor. They get second, third shots. And and that's how they got to play, because they're not very big. I just didn't think we matched their energy. So we got to try to match Brandon's energy tonight.
And that's the thing with Brandon, as I look at them, think about O'Gorman, I think we got a lot of similarities from your Tuesday scouting report.
Yeah, we do. They got the Deng kid who really can get to the rim. McInerney, he can shoot the three. And then the two Knutsons can get to the rim as well and spread it and shoot it. Dowd in the inside, is a big physical post player. So I think we match up really well. And I think both teams are really similar, because if we don't have anything easy, then we get to a set. So does Brandon Valley. So it could be a 40-30 game tonight.
Oh, bring in the late Coach Deckert back here, it sounds like. Well, just to wrap it up with this, after tonight, it's a week off, then you get to the Sodak. So as much as anything, I'm sure Coach Nelson said the same thing, too. As much as anything, you just want to play well tonight, win or lose, just to have a good feeling going into the break before the biggest game of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. This one's big, but it's not crucial, because we feel that we've got the 3rd seed locked up. Obviously, we have 2 losses in conference. Brandon's got 2. Harrisburg's got 2. If we can win tonight, then we would win it outright, because I think we're 7-1 in conference right now. So we could win the ESD outright, which would be nice. But it's a nice pat on the back. But again, the biggest game's coming up next Saturday. So you're right. It's beneficial for us to play well, but it's not detrimental to our health either.
Tim Budnigan, head coach of the Tigers. Again, brought to you by the Scoreboard, 3rd Street, downtown Huron. Timeout 1 minute on Dakota Sports on Tiger.
is proud to be part of the Huron community and to cheer on area high school athletes all season long. At Wishbone, they believe in supporting local, which is why you'll find South Dakota favorites on their shelves, from wines and meats to hometown snacks. They have great in-store savings and new products with updates shared on their Facebook page. Follow them on Facebook and stop in today to shop local, save more, and enjoy the best from South Dakota at Wishbone Market.
Kaufman Livestock of Huron is a proud supporter of the Huron Tigers in all area high school athletics. Marty, Cody, and Logan Kaufman raise registered Simmental bulls. 2 are former Huron Tigers, 1 a former Alpena Wildcat. Best of luck to all area athletes and the Huron Tigers. From Kaufman Livestock of Huron.
Wilbur Ellis is a leading provider of innovative solutions in plant protection, plant nutrition, and field technology. They offer premier products and one-on-one relationships with local field experts to help their customers grow. Wilbur Ellis is committed to bringing you and your operation new and innovative ideas. Contact your local Wilbur Ellis specialist today to find out how to maximize your return on investment. Wilbur Ellis wishes all area high school athletes the best of luck this season.
Stop in for a free insurance review with Blaine Anderson of Farmers Union Insurance. Auto, home, farm, life, and business. Become a satisfied policyholder with Farmers Union Insurance. Farmers Union Insurance, Blaine Anderson, 1835 Arizona Avenue, Southwest in Huron.
Looking for personalized apparel such as t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, hoodies, jackets? PB Sports, of course. How about signs, logos, and vinyl graphics at top? PB Sports, of course, proud sponsor of the Tigers, PB Sports, downtown Huron.
Tiger 95 and 1340 KIJV are your home for Huron Tiger sports.
Welcome back to Brandon Valley. Still doing the senior night introductions here for the Brandon Valley Lynx. Let's do a Seven Sons Heating and Air scoreboard update. See what we have on the scores. Girls AA. Pierre leads Roosevelt 13-4 early second quarter. Midway through the fourth quarter, Aberdeen 56, Sioux Falls Lincoln 21. Midway through the second quarter, Sioux Falls Jefferson 22, Rapid City Central 10. So we have for girls. For boys, midway through the third quarter, Lincoln 52, Aberdeen 31. Midway through the third quarter, Roosevelt 41, Pierre 38. And that's what we have for AA scores. I'm not getting a lot of updates here. Some other scores around the area, all for the most part, and I think completely Class A and Class B boys teams are wrapping up the regular season tonight. Late in the first half, DeSmit leads Iroquois Lake Preston 33-25. Into the first quarter, a big game in Wessington Springs. Sanborn Central Woonsocket 16, Wessington Springs 10. And that's about all we have there for Class B boys scores as well. We'll take a timeout of 1 minute here and come back, give you the starting lineups for this game tonight. Brandon Valley and the Huron Tigers. Again, timeout of 1 minute on Dakota Sports.
In 12 states, Slumberland has the buying power to bring you the best values from the nation's top furniture brands. Slumberland is America's #1 dealer for Lazy Boy furniture. Slumberland is also the Midwest's largest retailer for Sealy, Simmons, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Slumberland of Huron is completely locally owned and operated. Our staff, including sales and delivery, is made up entirely of your neighbors in Huron. So for the best brands at the best prices, along with truly local service, turn to Slumberland Furniture of Huron.
So, where do you want to go eat?
How about that new place, the 18th century theme restaurant?
No. How about that one place that has boiled?
No way. Well, you want a juicy burger and ice cream, and I want delicious chicken strips. Dairy Queen!
Dairy Queen of Huron has something for everyone.
Plus, they have the famous DQ blizzard. My favorite is the Oreo.
And they're open every day of the week for lunch, dinner, or an anytime snack. Dairy Queen of Huron, the place for
hot eats and cool treats.
Dakota Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
Welcome back to Brandon Valley as we're set for the lineups and tip-off for our boys game here tonight. Brandon Valley at 12-7. Huron at 15-4. Brandon Valley, they're starting an all-senior lineup before they go to their regular rotation. Starters tonight for Brandon Valley: Braden Knutson, 5'11" senior. Ayul Dang, a 6'5" senior. Briggs Knutson. Braden and Briggs are twins, by the way, 5'11" senior. Also starting is Will Peterson, 5'11" senior. Jackson Burns, a 5'10" senior. And Dylan Williams, a 6-foot senior. Once they get into their regular rotation, the stars will be both Knutson's, Ding, and then Austin Dowd, a 6'5" junior, and Lincoln McInerney, a 6'2" sophomore. For the Huron Tigers, head coach Tim Buddenhagen, record of 15-4. Miles Elwine, 6'5" sophomore. Mason Jurgens, a 6-foot senior. Blake Elwine, a 6'10" senior. Anderson Porish, a 6'6" junior. And Davis Chase, a 6'8" senior or junior. So getting the introductions here, and you get a nice crowd here tonight on both sides of the court for this final game of the regular season. Again, Huron, as far as I know, is locked in to the number 3 seed. And so they won't move irregardless of what happens tonight with this game or any other game. And the Huron and the Brandon Valley Lynx, they could move up a spot. They're at number 7 right now. They could move up a spot with a win and some help. And Coach Nelson is confident that they will have a home game next week irregardless. So just waiting out the rest of the starters here, and we'll get this game tipped off shortly here between the Lynx and the Tigers. Coming up next week, we do know a few matchups. Well, one really, I guess. The girls Class H, Sodak 16. Miller will play Lennox, and that game will be in Madison next Thursday. 5:30 tip-off. Will be on the air 5:10 with the pregame. Trying to hear the officials. Mike Mutter is one of them. I'm not sure of the other two, but we do have 3 of them. And they are the law on the court, and they're backed by the South Dakota Attorney General Office Consumer Affairs Division. So here we go. They're having Braden Knutson at 5'11", jump against 6'10", Blake Elwine. They both got a smile on their face, and the tip controlled by the Huron Tigers. Blake Elwine, it's a man-to-man here. Anderson Porish on the right wing. Anderson looking up, now back left side, low post. They get inside to Davis Chase, bobbled the ball, had to come back out, long 3. Miles Elwine, no good. And the rebound underneath for Brandon Valley and Jackson Burns. Lynx into the front court. Huron's got a very nice student section here tonight. Don't have school tomorrow. Brandon Valley on the work. Dylan Williams comes back up top to Will Peterson. And they throw it away. A little miscommunication. Again, these guys aren't used to starting. And a little miscommunication there between Williams and Braden Knutson. Huron gets the ball off the Brandon Valley turnover. Huron with their second possession. Brandon Valley now drops back in a 2-3 zone this time after manning last time. They go to the low post. Davis Chase, Blake Elwine, Miles on the left wing. Up top, Jurgen swinging right side to Elwine, baseline. Anderson Porish inside, back door, wide open to Chase for the layup. Davis made a nice move in the paint. And a perfect pass from Anderson Porish. Huron has the early lead, 2-0. Braden Knutson gets it into the front court to Will Peterson. Now Knutson at the top of the key. Gives it off to his twin brother Briggs. Now back right side again, Peterson. Peterson flips up top, left side to Williams. Long 3 for Knutson, no good. And up high for the rebound is Blake Elwine, Miles into the front court. Blake, top of the key, left side Juergens. Baseline, there's Porish. Here's the cut by Elwine to the hoop. He hits the deck, gets fouled, and he'll go to the line for two. Good sportsmanship there as Jackson Burns right over to help the Huron big man up. And Blake Elwine will shoot two. The foul was on Dylan Williams, first of the game. We played not quite 2 minutes here of our boys' game. Blake's free throw is good. And now the Lynx will bring in their starters, the rest of them. So checking in for Brandon Valley. Well, that's right, I forgot. He told me Yule Ding is wearing number 13 tonight. That was messing me up. Second free throw is good. Blake Elwine hits them both. 4-0 lead Huron. Huron showing the half-court trap. Briggs Knutson gives to Ding. He'll get it across the timeline. Knutson again, top of the key. Looks to the right. Braden Knutson, now Briggs. Braden again in the corner. As they look inside, they set a screen. Here's the lob in, low post inside. Kind of pinned underneath there. Now power the way up, but traveled as Dowd was just trying to kick it out. He had Blake Elwine right there. And Blake just wasn't biting on any fakes, and finally he shuffled the feet, travel. The ball belongs to Huron. Huron wearing the orange tonight, orange with white numbers and letters. White and black trim. Brandon Valley home whites with red numbers, letters, red and black trim. Miles Elwine brings it up front, being watched out there by McInerney. Chase on the right wing, top of the key, low post. They go to Elwine, double team, back door. Anderson Porish, reverse layup for two. Huron goes up 6-0 as Huron attacking the basket. 2.5 minutes gone, first quarter. Brandon Valley Ding working against the Huron trap. Now Knutson into the front court. That was Briggs, now Braden. Come up top to McInerney. He's a good shooter. Knutson wants three. Got it. Braden Knutson with the answer for Brandon Valley. 6-3. Huron's lead cut in half as we hit 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Blake Elwine outside. Anderson Porish on the right wing. Lob back door to Blake Elwine. Kicks out three for Juergens. Back there, no good. Long rebound. Big scramble on the floor. And it'll be a foul on Blake Elwine trying to reach after Dowd got hold of the loose ball. So Blake Elwine, an early foul. First of the game against the Huron Tigers. 4:48 to go, first quarter. 6-3 lead Huron. The Brandon Valley student section's right below me, and they're a lot more boisterous for the boys' game than they were for the girls. Ding on the right wing against Blake Elwine, wants to drive. Left side, open three for Dow or McInerney, no good. Blake Elwine with the rebound. Blake into the front court, stops top of the key. Juergens on the right wing. Lob it in, low post, got it to Chase, and he's getting hammered a couple of different ways. Ding almost made a good play. He came in on the weak side, almost got the steal, but it is a foul. And it'll be on Braden Knutson, his first. Here on a run, the out-of-bounds play on the baseline below me. To my left, and Miles Elwine will trigger. Chase, left wing, up top. Porish. Now it's Miles Elwine, pull the trigger for three, got it. Miles Elwine with a three ball, here and up 9-3. Ding into the front court. Now he'll hand it back up top, McInerney. McInerney gets a screen, comes off right side. Knutson, now McInerney again against Elwine. Ding comes up to the right side. Ding whips it back to McInerney. He wants to drive on Juergens, now backs it out. Here's the drive by Ding, attacks the basket, scoops the shot under Chase, no good. Rebound by Davis. Chase, ball handling in the backcourt, brings the ball up ahead, hands it off. Anderson Porish wants three, no good. Off the front of the iron. Back comes Brandon Valley. McInerney gives way to Braden Knutson on the left wing. Now Briggs Knutson, top of the key. Hands it off to McInerney, the sophomore. Braden Knutson. Dowd pops out to the left side. Back up top, McInerney. Now Ding. Brandon Valley being patient with the set. Ding goes right. And did he palm it? He did. I thought it looked that way. Brandon Valley turns the ball back over. Huron subs in for the first time as we go Porish for Porish with Carter in and Anderson out. 3:19 to go, first quarter. Huron 9, Brandon Valley 3. Some pressure man-to-man by Brandon Valley, mostly just picking him up. Miles Elwine in the front court, left side Juergens. In the corner it's Chase, now Juergens. They're trying to post up Blake Elwine. Right side Carter Porish. Now on the baseline Davis Chase. Now Carter Porish, Miles Elwine, Juergens. Baseline to Blake Elwine. Here's the cut, Carter Porish with the left hand, he's fouled. Little backdoor play between Blake Elwine and Carter Porish. And the ninth grader, Carter Porish, will shoot 2. The foul's on Dowd, his first, and the third team on Brandon Valley. 2:56 to go, first quarter. 1 minute after 8 o'clock, KIJV, AM/FM Huron. Porish, free throw is good. Carter in the scorebook. Jimmy Schultz in for the first time for Huron. Brandon Valley came in with a sub as well. Kalen Christian, a sophomore, in for the Lynx. Coach Nelson said he will play 3 sophomores a lot of the time. Both free throws good for Carter Porish. Huron opens up an 8-point lead at 11-3, 2:53 to go, first quarter. Christian gets the ball in the offense, hands it off to Ding, way outside. Ding comes to the left, kicks out in the corner, Knudsen fakes, goes back door to Ding, a shot up, no good. He's fouled by Carter Porish. Good little pick and roll that time. Old-fashioned play by Brandon Valley, and Yule Ding will get 2. Carter Porish with his first foul, second team on Huron. 2:40 to go, first quarter. Huron up 11-3, and a Yule Ding, senior, at the free throw line for 2. First one in and out, no good. The girls struggled shooting free throws in the opening game of the doubleheader. Ding is shooting right into the Huron student section. Again, we have a nice student section over there. Of course, a lot of the girls basketball players have joined in as well after their game is over. Ding's second free throw good, 1 out of 2. 11-4 Huron. Brandon Valley, some pressure in the backcourt. Davis Chase will bring the ball up as Dowd just waiting for him at half court. Blake Elwine gives to Schultz, and Schultz will get Huron in the offense. Schultz and Christian. Blake Elwine comes to help out. Blake on the dribble, left side with Briggs Knudsen on him. Waiting to move some guys around. Carter Porish at the high post. Go baseline. Davis Chase takes the 15-footer. Got it. Davis Chase with the bucket. Huron up 13-4. Biggest lead at 9 points here in the first quarter. Ding on the right side. Goes back door, wide open for the layup. Somebody lost Austin Dowd on the backdoor cut, and he gets an easy reverse layup. 13-6 Huron. Inside of 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Chase gives to Elwine. Blake, now Schultz. Schultz out there with Christian. Blake Elwine deep on the right side will drive on Knudsen, and offensive foul on Blake Elwine, and Blake picks up his second. Well, we'll see if they're going to keep calling it that way, but Blake Elwine with 2 early fouls, he'll hit the bench with Anderson Porish back in for the Tigers. Huron still showing some pressure. They're going to trap. Minute 43 to go, first quarter. Ding in the backcourt. He's done a lot of ball handling here with this pressure. Christian gets it across the timeline, coming up left. Ding on the right side. Trying to find somebody in the corner. That's Tristan Dulaney in. Just didn't see him drop in. And little jumper good for Dowd running the baseline. Brandon Valley a couple buckets in a row. They're within 5, 13-8. Davis Chase into the front court. Gives to Anderson Porish. Top of the key. Hands it back to Davis around the perimeter. Miles Elwine. Now it's Schultz. Schultz out there and got to get going something. There comes Miles Elwine on the right side with McInerney on him. Left side, fake by Anderson Porish, and he gets stripped and stolen by Dang. Dang into the front court, feeds up ahead to Dowd. He'll go underneath, the ball slapped away. Huron can't quite save it from going out of bounds. Will remain with Brandon Valley with 52 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Brandon Valley, a 4-0 run after they trailed by 9. Again, Blake Elwine on the bench with 2 personals. Inbounds, goes inside to Dowd, and a strip and a foul going to go on Schultz. Schultz picks up his first. That'll be the fourth team on Huron. Next one will put the Lynx in the bonus. In for Brandon Valley is Ryan Jarrus. See if I'm saying, yep, Jarrus, I am saying that right. What are we doing here? They're making some motion to the scorer's bench. Now Brandon Valley will inbound it. Lob comes into McInerney. Right side open, three for the lefty, no good. Rebound, and who's got it coming out of there with it? Bumping around, and finally Davis Chase with the loose ball. 38 seconds to go, first quarter. Huron into the front court. Chase to Carter Porrish. Carter, a little spin move, baseline jumper, too strong. Rebound, Brandon Valley. Lynx will come back into the front court. Shot clock off with 23 seconds to go. First quarter, Ding going to back it out. Lynx will be satisfied to hold it for one shot. 15 seconds to go. First quarter, they spread the floor. Porrish out there with a Ewell Ding. Ding still on the dribble, comes right, 7 seconds, almost lost the ball. Now drives again, gets double teamed. Knutson in the corner, fell backwards. They get it up to Christian. He'll take a three at the buzzer, no good. And at 8, timeout, 1 minute on Dakota Sports.
To their full potential, does the ration provide everything they need? Let the experienced feed consultants at Dakota Land Feeds help you get the performance you want and the service you deserve. With the ability to balance rations for every stage of a calf's life, the feed consultants provide valuable information to support your operation. They strive to provide best-in-class service and knowledge you can count on. Dakota Land Feeds, your local feed supplier. Playing the game means bumps, bruises, and breaks happen. Lean on Huron Regional Medical Center Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Orthopedic surgeons Dr. Kevin Over and Dr. Todd Anderson, along with the Pro Rehab Physical Therapy teams, are here to get you back in your game. Schedule an appointment at HuronRegional.org. Because when it comes to your health, the right care is right here. Best of luck to our area athletes from Huron Regional Medical Center.
You're listening to the Huron Tigers on Dakota Sports KIJV.
Ready for the second quarter. Blake Elwine with those 2 personal fouls back on the floor for Huron. Huron was 4 of 8 from the field in the first quarter. Brandon Valley 3 of 8. Each team's had a 3. Lynx will have the ball to start the second quarter. Ding. He's done most of the ball handling, it seems like, for the Lynx tonight. Briggs Knutson on the left wing. Gives back to Ding in the corner. Ding looking inside, cross court. Fake there by Delaney. He'll go baseline, go back door to a new guy in the game. Kick out 3 for Briggs Knutson, in and out. And the rebound tapped out and last touched by Brandon Valley. Well, I will say their big man that came in, Landon Voigt, a 6'6 freshman, looked like he had a little bit of a reach over there. Brandon Valley, in my eyes, and of course my eyes are orange and black, gets a break. Knutson lobs it to Ding at the corner of the lane, goes back door. Nice catch, blocked though by Blake Elwine. Nice catch by Delaney. Huron into the front court. Blake Elwine in the corner, traveled with it. He did stutter step too, I did see that. And Tim Budnagan is yelling at somebody to go. Yeah, Blake was a little surprised, but I thought it looked like a stutter step out there, and Brandon Valley gets it off the Huron turnover. Still 13-8, neither team has scored. Huron leading here in the second quarter. Briggs Knutson has Ding on the right wing. He'll drive into the paint against Anderson Porrish, cut off there. Has to come back outside Knutson. Now it's right side Delaney. Delaney, corner of the lane. Tries to go in, kicks it back out. Up top, Knutson. Knutson, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bounce pass goes baseline to Voigt. Now it's Ding. Ding fakes. He'll drive, have a little lane, lean in, shot up, no good. Rebound out of bounds. Still Brandon Valley ball, but just 1 second left on the shot clock. Schultz is in, Miles Elwine out. So Brandon Valley has to shoot and score actually catch and shoot in one motion with 1 second on the shot clock. Pass will come where? They go back door to Ding, and they count it. They went back door. Ding got open with 1 second on the shot clock, 13-10. Brandon Valley within 6, and now we have something was on the floor there or something. I'm not sure what was going on. I couldn't see it. But the AD is there for Brandon Valley, or did somebody? I think somebody just spilled their drink, I guess. 6:43 to go in the first half. Brandon Valley's on a 6-0 run going back to the first quarter. After Huron had that 9-point lead, now it's 3 at 13-10, and they're still doing some maintenance there on the baseline, and then right in the front, it looks like, of the Brandon Valley student section. Again, the girls' game went to Brandon Valley, 56-35, 18 points for Hilton Hines. Halftime, we'll have Cody Kaufman up to talk about this one and get his mathematical view on what could be ahead. Bottom line is, especially for the Tiger girls, there's still 4 AA games to be played tomorrow, both girls and boys. So they're going to have to wait for all that to get crunched together. But the Huron boys, even Coach Nilsson with Brandon Valley, he said he had to figure the same way. There's really no, unless there's some major upset at the bottom of the standings against somebody at the top, it does not appear that Huron's going to move anywhere from that number 3 seed. After the cleanup, Huron back in offense. Huron could use a basket. They haven't scored in a while. Jurgens on the left wing, give to Porish in the corner. Takes the 3. Yes! Swish for Anderson Porish. He's got 5. Huron back up by 6, 16-10. Briggs Knudsen has Ding on the left wing, hands back to Knudsen. Back door to Ding, catches and scores. Carter Porish, if he would have turned and looked, he might have had a chance to get a hand on that. Lynx get the answer, back within 4. Here's Anderson Porish, leans in, blocking call on Brandon Valley. Brandon Valley can complain all they want, but if they're going to call that charge on Blake Elwine, they got to be able to take that call. Anderson Porish will go to the line for 2. The foul on Brandon Valley is the second on Braden Knudsen. First team foul of the second quarter, 6:11 remaining in the first half. Anderson Porish shooting into the student section short. Davis Chase comes back in for Huron as Carter Porish comes off. Back in for Brandon Valley, Austin Dowd and Lincoln McInerney. I believe Christian came back in for Brandon Valley as well. Anderson Porish will try to salvage this second free throw, with Huron up 4 and 6:11 to go in the first half. Second free throw is good. 1 out of 2 for Anderson Porish. He's got 6 to lead the Tigers in scoring. Huron up by 5 as we near 6 minutes to go in the first half. Dings on the outside, gets a screen, dribbles off to the right, whips it back up top. McInerney in the baseline. Briggs Knudsen into the paint. Nice catch by Ding at the top of the key, gets a screen, and it looked like he traveled. He takes the jumper from the free throw line, no good. Rebound by Dowd. Now the jumper for Christian from 15, no good. Dowd with the rebound, and blocked by Blake Elwine. Again, flirting with that third foul. Blake into the front court, goes back door and threw it away. Christian with the steal. Back comes Brandon Valley. Knudsen on the right wing. 5.5 minutes to go, first half. McInerney will go into the paint, leave it back door for Knudsen. He's double teamed on the baseline. Now it's Ding back in the corner. Ding has a lane, blocked by Davis Chase. A big time block there by Chase. And Huron brings the ball back in the front court. Got to start scoring the basketball, though. It's been a tough goal for Huron here since midway through the first quarter. Schultz on the outside, sets it for Huron inside of 5 minutes to go in the first half. 17-12 Huron. Blake Elwine up top, Brandon Valley zoning. Jumper from the corner of the lane, back of the iron, no good. McInerney with the rebound. Elwine has not hit a shot from the field. Knudsen, right wing, gives to Ding in the corner. Ding out there with Jurgens. Christian on the left side. Christian hard to do, fouled by Schultz. And the sophomore, Kalen Christian, will get 2. Schultz with his second foul. that is the first team on Huron with 4:35 to go in the first half. A whole bunch of new players getting set to come in after this first free throw for Kalen Christian. 17-12 Huron. Free throw is off the mark, no good. Carter Porish, Miles Elwine in for Huron as Anderson Porish comes off, as does Juergens. Braden Knudsen back in for Brandon Valley along with Dulaney, as Christian will try to get this second free throw. 4:35 to go first half, 17-12 Huron. Christian shooting into the Huron student body. Took enough time there and does hit the second free throw. 1 out of 2. 17-13, Huron's lead cut to 4. Huron did have a 9-point lead in the first quarter. Elwine on the drive, spin, shoots off glass, countered, he's fouled. Dulaney was trying to draw a charge, but I don't know if Nelson wants to question it, but I don't know there was ever any contact between him and Elwine as he flopped pretty early. The foul will go on Dowd, his second, an old-fashioned 3 opportunity for Blake Elwine. Short, offensive rebound, Carter Porish, and he throws it away. Going back the other way, McInerney for the layup. Get the offensive rebound, but then throw it away, and again, the lead is down to 4, 19-15. Huron. Carter Porish on the right wing. Up top, Miles Elwine. Miles coming to the left, trying to get it to his brother Blake on the baseline. Blake against Dulaney, backing his way in. Fade away, 15-footer, no good. Rebound, and going to be grabbed by Brandon Valley. Huron's got to start sticking the ball inside again. McInerney gives to Dulaney. Knudsen. McInerney, step back, open 3 with the left hand, no good. Chase has another board for Huron. Can Huron score the ball, though? Schultz Jr. goes baseline underneath, and Carter Porish was getting hung on by Braden Knudsen, and he will pick up his third personal. Prevented probably an easy bunny for Porish. You can make a case that could have been in the act of shooting, but they say no. Anderson Porish in, Carter Porish out. And somebody came in for Knudsen, but I'm not sure who. But Brandon Valley does have their full complement of 5 on the floor. Huron runs the out-of-bounds play. Blake Elwine. Got to get rid of it. Goes back door to Davis Chase. Backs it out up top. Anderson Porish, top of the key. Anderson a dribble, left side. Trying to post up Blake Elwine. Anderson Porish, another 3. Yes! Anderson Porish with the hot hand in the first half. He's got 9, and Huron up by 7, 22-15. Ding flips it out in the corner. Christian for 3, in and out, no good. Rebound Ding, Chase able to save it for the Tigers. Anderson Porish on the drive, goes around Dowd, and a foul gonna go on Dowd. Looked like one of those plays, if the shot would have dropped, they would have let it go. Dowd definitely caught his arm as Davis was going around. 2 free throws for Davis Chase. Now Austin Dowd with 3 personal fouls. So foul issues on that Brandon Valley bench with both Braden Knudsen and Dowd with 3 personal. Well, I thought it was Davis Chase to shoot the free throws. It's actually Anderson Porish, so scratch that off. Anderson Porish to shoot 2. Again, he has 9, including a pair of 3s here in the second quarter. Porish, free throw off the mark. I can see that was off from the time it left his hand. One more shot for Anderson Porish. Back in for Brandon Valley is the big freshman, Landon Voigt. Neither team helping themselves from the free throw line. Second free throw is good, 1 out of 2, and double figures for Anderson Porish. He's got 10, and Huron going to use a 30-second timeout. 2:56 to go first half. Huron up 8, 23-15. Timeout, 30 seconds on Dakota Sports.
Downtown Huron specializes in embroidered and screen-printed items and awards. Signature Plus does all work in-house with the latest in technology and equipment paying attention to the smallest details. Screen printing and embroidery, stop by for your Huron Tiger sports apparel and for casual business wear. Located at 363 Wisconsin Avenue Southwest, downtown Huron. Signature Plus, supporting the Huron Tigers.
Tiger 95 and 1340 KIJV.
Welcome back to Brandon. A quick 30-second timeout by Budenhagen. Huron back up by 8, 23-15. Links into the front court. Ding will drive, has a lane to the hoop for 2. Got to get in front of him. Ding leads Brandon Valley in scoring with 7. Brandon Valley back within 6, 23-17. Carter Porish, baseline, whips in the corner. 3 for Davis Chase, no good. Rebound by Ding. Ding weaves through traffic. He's to the free throw line. And a push going to go on Mason Juergens. Mason picks up his first. And that'll be team foul number 4 on Huron. Both teams have 4 team fouls. Briggs Knutson back in for Brandon Valley. So we'll have bonus the rest of the way by any more fouls. Inbounds comes up top, hand off to Ding. Ding at the free throw line, hands it off Briggs Knutson. High post to Voigt, right back to Briggs Knutson. Voigt top of the key, almost lost to McInerney. They give him the 3, he can't get it. Blake Elwine, no, Davis Chase with the rebound. McInerney's had some good looks. Long pass, nice catch by Carter Porish, and then saved by Miles Elwine. A little sloppy there by Huron, but they maintain possession. We're inside of 2 minutes to go. First half, Huron up 6 with the ball. Blake Elwine with Ding, comes right side, Carter Porish. Carter going back door, and Ding tackles Blake Elwine. They're trying the backdoor lob to Blake, and I only saw the back end of it, and it looked like Ding just tackled him. Ding's got a smile on his face, so I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw the end where it just looked like a tackle by a Yule Ding. He picks up his first, and Blake Elwine at the line to shoot 2. Blake with 4 points. Free throw is no good. Blake has missed 2 free throws in a row. Again, normally a dependable free throw shooter. Misses the first one. He's 2 of 4 from the line. We'll try to salvage the back end here with 1:49 to go in the first half. Second free throw is good. And that will bring Anderson Porish back in the game. Blake Elwine will come out. Again, Blake been playing with those 2 fouls since late in the first quarter. So give him a break here and see how the rest of this half plays out. Huron up 7, 24-17 with 1:48 to go first half. Ding has been the main guy for Brandon Valley here in the first half. He drives on Porish, attacking the basket. Ball deflected and stolen. Great play, Mason Juergens. Here comes Miles Elwine into the front court. Anderson Porish gives to Carter. Carter into the paint. Shovel pass to Chase for the layup. And Chase comes down. It looks like he came down a little bit on his ankle, but he does get up and gets down the floor. Huron back up by 9, 26-17. McInerney up top, gets a screen. Oh, he had the man open, gets it to Voigt underneath. He's double teamed, has to kick out to Ding. Knutson wants 3 left wing, got it. Got the shooter's roll. Briggs Knutson, his first bucket. And the lead back at 6, 26-20, Brandon Valley. We're inside of a minute to go in the first half. Chase on the left wing, brings it back up top, trying to get it to Miles Elwine. Miles flicks back left to Davis Chase. Top of the key, Juergens. Juergens has Miles Elwine. Miles has a lane, pulls up with a 15-footer. Got it. Miles Elwine doesn't shoot a lot of twos. Got that one. Huron back up 8, 28-20. With 33 seconds to go, Brandon Valley may hold it for 1. There's about a second difference or so between the game clock and the shot clock. And Briggs Knutson just going to dribble it out. Huron 28, Brandon Valley 20. 14-13 to go in the first half. Knutson wants to drive, hands it off to Ding. Oh, he had a lane, didn't take it. McInerney step back, long 3 is short. Rebound tipped out, controlled by Porish with 2 seconds. Carter, long shot at the buzzer, no good. And at the half, Huron a 28-20 lead over Brandon Valley. We'll take a timeout of 1 minute, come back and visit with Cody Kaufman, head coach of the Huron Tiger girls. 1 minute on Dakota Sports.
Center for Recreation in Huron is your ultimate destination for fun and fitness. Challenge yourself and get fit with a fitness class that fits your schedule. The Nordby Center offers water classes, weight and cardio classes, bicycle spin classes, and more. Group fitness classes are led by the Nordby Center's expert instructors. Sign up for a fitness class today. The Nordby Center for Recreation, where the fun never ends.
This is Matt Sibley with Brian J. Davidson Insurance Agency in Huron. You changed thousands of diapers, cut up hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck, duck, goose, because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Brian Davidson will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call today, because like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
1340 KIJV is Tiger Radio. It's halftime. Let's join the voice of the Huron Tigers, Jeff Duffy.
Welcome back to Brandon at the half. It's the Huron Tiger boys leading 28-20. Our girls game tonight saw Brandon Valley win it 56-35. Tiger coach Cody Kaufman joins us. And Cody, I thought in many ways it was a very similar game to Tuesday. You know, defensively, I guess it got away from us a little bit at the end, but still 58 points. We were able to score, or 56 points. We were able to score 35. Spearfish only scored 21 last week. You know, we're doing some good things. Just as much as anything, I thought the turnovers killed us.
Yeah, you know, I mean, again, you know, they just get you sped up so fast. You know, I don't know how many turnovers we ended up with. I didn't, you know, it didn't stick out a lot in my mind, but they just get you so sped up, you know, and we had a few silly ones, you know, especially in the second half, in their full court press that we just, but, you know, we played our butts off all week, you know, practice for all that. It's been a lot of full court stuff with the press, just getting after it. We knew how fast-paced it's going to be, sprinting back on defense. So it was a big week, and I think our girls got a little tired in the second half. But I really liked the way that we played. I thought we played our butts off. You know, I've had a couple people come up and tell me that, you know, don't worry about the score this week. You know, if your girls play as hard as they have, they stand one heck of a chance to make the state tournament. And I completely agree, you know, and that's what I told our girls. If we play like this, you know, and we're going to make mistakes, and that's how basketball works, but if we can play like this with our effort and our energy, man, I really, you know, I feel good about going into Friday, you know, and playing whoever we're playing.
Yeah, defensively, I don't think you can't complain about much of anything. Really, going back to last month, it's almost like, with maybe one game exception, we have flicked the switch on defense, and you know that's holding us into games and making things happen.
Well, and we're just, you know, that's from playing harder, you know, giving a lot more effort and energy consistently, you know, and then rebounding. I think we've done a heck of a job of rebounding the last, well, February, you know, so the last 8-9 games, we've done a great job of rebounding. You know, we got to carry that momentum. We kicked January to the curb because it wasn't good to us. You know, we're going to turn the calendar to March, and that's kind of stinks because February's been really good to us. You know, I mean, the way we've played, but I don't think that has anything to do with the calendar. You know, I think that just has to do with kids buying in, understanding their role and just playing as hard as they possibly can for as long as they're on the floor.
And our signature plus player of the game is Addie Knight, and she's just such a great defensive player, probably our top one. She always gets the other team's best player. She's long, she's lanky. She was getting beat up on a lot tonight. She had her share of rebounds as well. You know, and she, you know, she just makes a difference. You know, granted forget her name now.
Olivia Padgett.
Yeah, the Padgett girl did kind of go off on us right at the beginning of the game, but, you know, they were kind of riding high there on some momentum too. But overall, you know, Addie just gives us that extra dimension defensively.
Well, and you watch, I mean, she is tired, you know. I mean, she just works her butt off. You know, and not only do we ask her to guard the best player most of the time, you know,
the ball handling.
she's tons of ball handling, and she's done a great job of that. You know, it's not always the most orthodox; it's more unorthodox than it is anything. But man, does she handle it, and she understands it, and she's just one of those kids that, you know, I mean, there's a couple times where I'm hollering, you know, don't throw that pass, and she sees it, and she didn't throw that pass, you know. So she's seeing what I'm seeing on the floor, and she's just made great strides from last year to this year, and adapted really well, and she's a very important part to us.
So now time to crunch the numbers, and really we won't know anything till tomorrow night, and there's 4 games being played tomorrow as well. I guess the one thing we can say, I'd assume we're pretty certain we're 10 or 11 in the seeding, and we'll be on the road.
Yeah, we're going to be on the road, but you know what? For some unseen circumstances today, I didn't get to ride the bus with them, and that's what I told them. I said, so that makes it so that we get to ride the bus one more time together for that SODAC 16 game, and then we're going to get on the bus and we're going to go to Rapid City together. So we'll be road warriors. You know,
They'll be fired up for it.
We won 4 road games in a row. We can do it again. So new season, our girls are bought in, and we're ready to go.
Cody Kaufman, head coach of the Tiger Girls. They fall tonight, finish the regular season at 10-10. We'll be on the road next Friday. Take a timeout of 2 minutes, run down our stats here for the boys. 2 minutes on Dakota Sports.
Delicious. Experience Ryan's Hangar Restaurant and Ace Lounge. They specialize in steaks, burgers, seafood, and pasta. Ryan's Hangar can host your party in a private room and offer catering too. Open Monday through Friday 4 to 10, Saturday 4 to 11, and open for lunch every Thursday 11 to 2 and closed on Sunday. Ryan's Hangar Restaurant and Ace Lounge in the Crossroads in downtown Huron.
ProClean Plus offers epoxy floor cleaning for garages, basements, and outdoor patios, as well as commercial and industrial spaces. Call 605-352-5776 to get a free estimate. Let the pros at ProClean Plus help you get a great-looking, durable surface with the epoxy flooring. Locally owned and operated, visit them at 201 Market Street East, or check out their website at procleanplus.net. ProClean Plus is a proud sponsor of Huron Tiger Sports.
At Car Chiropractic, we know sports injuries just don't sideline your game. They can sideline your life. Whether you're a weekend warrior, a competitive athlete, or just love staying active, getting back to your best is what we do best. Our team of experts will work with you one-on-one to develop a rehab plan that's as unique as you are. Don't let an injury keep you from doing what you love. Call Car Chiropractic today at 605-352-5264 or visit carchiropractic.com.
Great teams need more than talent. They need leadership, positivity, and the power of Hereford beef. At Ravine Creek Ranch, the Bishoffs know raising Hereford cattle takes commitment and care, the same qualities that make great students and athletes. Lead by example, stay positive, and give it your all, on the field, on the court, and in the classroom. The Bishoffs at Ravine Creek Ranch are proud supporters of the Huron Tigers.
Tiger 95 and 1340 KIJV are your home for Huron Tiger sports.
Welcome back to Brandon. Halftime here for the boys, 28-20. Huron leading. Here's the rundown of the scoring for Brandon Valley. 7 points for a Yule Ding. 4 points, Austin Dowd. 3 for Braden Knudsen and Briggs Knudsen. 2 for Lincoln McInerney, and a free throw for Kalen Christian. For Huron, 10 points. Anderson Porish, 6. Davis Chase, 5. Blake Elwine and Miles Elwine, and 2 for Carter Porish. Shooting in the first half, I had Huron 9 of 16 for 53%, while Brandon Valley was 8 of 24 for 33%. Huron was 7 of 10 from the free throw line. Brandon Valley was 2 of 4, and that is the rundown of our score of the scores here, the scoring here at the half. Again, 28-20, Huron leading. We'll take a 30-second timeout, come back here with our second half on Dakota Sports.
Dine-in, carry-out, or fast delivery every day of the week. For delivery or carry-out, give them a call at 352-6925. Not sure what to order from their delicious menu? Then dine in and try their famous Godfather's Buffet, featuring a variety of pizza slices, tasty chicken, and many salads and desserts to choose from. They're locally owned, so stop in and say hi to Derek and the rest of the pizza crew. They're located at 195 21st Street in Huron. Godfather's Pizza. Give them a call, 352-6925.
Dakota Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
Welcome back to Brandon. Let's do a quick Seven Sons Heating and Air scoreboard update. AA girls, Roosevelt leads Pierre 51-48. Late in the game, Aberdeen defeated Lincoln 60-22. Early fourth quarter, Spearfish 27, Yankton 23. And Sioux Falls Jefferson midway through the fourth quarter leads Rapid City Central 57-46. Stevens is leading Washington early fourth quarter 42-33. That's your Seven Sons Heating and Air scoreboard update. Start the second half here on ball, going the opposite way from me. Blake Elwine will get the Tigers into the offense. Starters on the floor both ways. Top of the key, Juergens drifts off to the right as they're got the double team, and Ding gets the steal, steps in front of Elwine. Huron turns it over. Ding weaves through traffic. Knutson to the hoop, missed the layup, but there's Ding with the putback. He's got 9. And Brandon Valley draws first. It's 28-22. Huron turns it over, gives up the offensive rebound. Huron needs an answer. Miles Elwine with McInerney on him. Top of the key, backs it out. Bounce pass, Chase on the right wing, cross court. Wide open three for Juergens. Yes! Mason Juergens knocks in a 3. And Huron back up by 9, 31-22. Lynx look to answer. McInerney up top. Ding on the left wing against Porish. Ding, top of the key, will take the 3. No good. Rebound tipped up and controlled by Miles Elwine. Miles gives Davis Chase, left side, flick to Anderson Porish, left wing. Pulls up with a 15-footer, corner to lane is 2. A dozen for Anderson Porish, and Huron has their biggest lead of the game, 33-22. Earlier in the second half, Ding looking inside, nothing there. Has to flick it back up top, McInerney, now Knutson, top of the key. That's Briggs Knutson. Looking inside to Dowd, flash it off, left side McInerney. McInerney against Porish, backs it out. Right side is Ding against Elwine. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Ding against Porish now. Spin, shoots over Anderson, no good. Tough shot, well defended, rebound, Davis Chase. Chase, Juergens in the corner, fake the 3. Here's the drive by Miles Elwine, little roller for 2. Miles Elwine has 7, and a timeout, Brandon Valley. Here on their biggest lead of the game, 35-22. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Timeout 1 minute, 1 minute on Dakota Sports.
The Huron Tigers. The doctors and staff at the Huron Eye Clinic are committed to providing quality service and products to their patients in Huron and surrounding areas. The Huron Eye Clinic offers comprehensive eye exams, contact lens exams, infant C-screenings, LASIK consultations, ocular disease services, and pediatric eye care. Stop in at the office at 1288 Dakota Avenue South to make an appointment, or call the Huron Eye Clinic today at 605-352-4181.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance your existing home? I'm Jamie Olson, your local mortgage loan officer at American Bank and Trust in Huron. Whether it's a conventional loan with local servicing, VA, FHA, rural development, jumbo, or a home equity line of credit, I'm here to help you find the right fit. Let's make your home goals happen. Apply today at mortgagewithjamie.com or call 353-2818. American Bank and Trust, where your journey begins. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Dakota Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
Full timeout by Brandon Valley. They're in the front court trying to post up Dowd. Knutson finds Ding instead in the corner. Low post to Dowd, and a foul going to go on Miles Elwine, trying to grab the ball from the weak side. Miles will pick up his first foul. First foul either team here in the second half. Porish for Porish, Carter in and Anderson out. Brandon Valley run the out of bounds, lob it into Dowd, now back up top, long 3 for Knutson, no good, and Ding grabbed Blake Elwine around the waist to pull him back from the rebound, and he'll get called for the foul. Ding, I believe that's his second foul. It is. Huron up 13, looking to build the lead. Into the front court. Long pass back door. There's Juergens, and he tried to do the wraparound to Chase. Missed it, but it does get to Carter Porish, who forced up a shot, got it in. It wasn't the way you thought it was going to plan, but it goes in. Huron up 15. Ding will drive. Has Blake Elwine out on him. Now he'll go baseline, and offensive foul on Ding. A little more than a little play acting on the part of Blake Elwine, but that goes both ways. And Ding picks up his third foul, so Brandon Valley has Braden Knutson, Ding, and Dowd out with 3 personal fouls. 5:10 to go, third quarter. Huron up 37-22. Carter Porish outside. Anybody can handle the ball in this Tiger offense. Carter up at the top of the key. Here's the post up. Quick move by Blake Elwine, and lays it in for 2. 7 for Blake Elwine. Huron up 39-22. Knutson on the drive. Underneath, ball deflected out by Miles Elwine. I have Huron 5 of 6 shooting here to start the third quarter. Brandon Valley 1 of 4. James Schultz back in for the Huron Tigers. And I believe Chase came back in as well. Brandon Valley's got a couple new bodies, as I see Voigt is in the game for Brandon Valley. Lob in the middle, and a foul going to go on who? I did not see what happened there, but I think it's on Miles Elwine. He must have been grabbing somebody. Well, no, there's no foul on the play. I'm not sure what that call was. Oh, no, foul's on Blake Elwine. That's his third. I didn't see what happened there. Blake Elwine picks up his third foul, and he leaves the floor. Carter Porish back in for Huron quickly. Underneath, it goes to Dowd. Double team, powers his way up for 2. Dowd with his second bucket. He's got 6. First bucket in a while for Brandon Valley. The lead is 15 for Huron. Schultz into the front court. 4.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Anderson Porish pulls up with a 15-footer. No good. Rebound. And Ding going to come out with the loose ball. He's come down the middle of the floor. Open 3. Briggs Knutson short. In fact, over the bank board, out of bounds. It'll be Huron Tiger basketball. Now Bryson North, the junior, comes in for the first time for Huron. Gives Davis Chase a break, so getting some other guys in here. Got the lead, but also a little foul trouble here too. Brandon Valley showing full court pressure. 1-2-2 trap. Full court. Schultz, now Porish, now Schultz. Schultz will get it across the timeline. Bounce past Carter Porish. Baseline Anderson. Anderson goes in with the right-handed scoop. No good. Nice move. Didn't go. Brandon Valley with the board. McInerney does the crossover back up top. Here's Knutson down the lane for the layup for 2. Briggs Knutson has his second bucket, and the lead down to 13. 39-26, 4-0 run. Brandon Valley. North gives to Anderson Porish. 3:45 to go, third quarter. Schultz has it at the top of the key. Anderson Porish. You're on only 2 starters on the floor right now. Miles Elwine and Anderson Porish. Carter Porish pops up top. Now left side Schultz. North. Right side Anderson Porish. Drop it into a Carter Porish. He'll go hard to the hoop. Through a double team. Blocked. And going to be picked out of there by Brandon Valley. McInerney into the front court. Link showing some signs of life. Ding takes the 3. Right wing. Got it. A 7-0 run by Brandon Valley. And they're back within 10. 39-29. With 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Right side is Carter Porish. Out there with Voigt. That's a pair of freshmen. Now Anderson Porish, who's going to take charge of the offense. Is Anderson Porish mainly. Now hands it off Bryson North. Blake Elwine and Davis Chase are going to come back in at the next whistle. Bryson North on the right wing, cross court. Schultz on the baseline. Anderson Porish, 5-4 on the shot clock. Anderson, a little turnaround, no good. Dowd taps the rebound out. And Brandon Valley can get it down to single digits. Knutson in the corner has to come back out to Ding. 2:25 to go. Ding, nice crossover, but then lost the ball. And Carter Porish with the steal. Anderson will bring the ball up. Now Carter Porish. at the top of the key. Right side, Anderson Porish. Out there with Knudsen. Briggs. Stop, whips it back to his brother Carter. Now inside, Anderson Porish. Kick out to Bryson North. 2 minutes to go, third quarter. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Anderson Porish isolated. He'll spin. Kick out. 3 for Carter Porish. Yes! Carter Porish steps out and hits a 3. Huron needed that one. Huron back up by 13. Tigers take a timeout. 42-29. Minute 50 to go. Third quarter. Timeout 1 minute on Dakota Sports.
Is proud to be part of the Huron community and to cheer on area high school athletes all season long. At Wishbone, they believe in supporting local, which is why you'll find South Dakota favorites on their shelves, from wines and meats to hometown snacks. They have great in-store savings and new products with updates shared on their Facebook page. Follow them on Facebook and stop in today to shop local, save more, and enjoy the best from South Dakota at Wishbone Market.
Kaufman Livestock of Huron is a proud supporter of the Huron Tigers in all area high school athletics. Marty, Cody, and Logan Kaufman raise registered Simmental bulls. 2 are former Huron Tigers, 1 a former Alpena Wildcat. Best of luck to all area athletes and the Huron Tigers. From Kaufman Livestock of Huron.
Tiger 95 and 1340 KIJV.
Huron down to 2 timeouts remaining. Still a minute 50 to go in the third quarter. 42-29. Huron leading. A big 3 there before the timeout by freshman Carter Porish. Now Davis Chase, Blake Elwine are back on the floor for Huron. Christian is back into the game for Brandon Valley. Ding on the drive. Bumped and a foul going to go on Miles Elwine. Miles picks up his second. Team foul number 3 on Huron. Brandon Valley will run the out of bounds play on the baseline. Huron struggled to handle Ding one-on-one. Comes out to Dowd. Now Ding at the top of the key. Drifts off to the right. Takes a long 3. Got it again. Ding is red hot. He's got 8 points here in the third quarter. 15 for the game. The lead back at 10. 42-32 Huron. Blake Elwine against Ding. Goes around him. Leans in. Blocked. But a foul going to go on Brandon Valley. Lynx did not like the call. From my vantage point, well, it was definitely blocked, but if there was contact, I couldn't see from here. Blake Elwine will shoot 2. Foul is on the 9th grader Voigt, his first. 2 free throws for Blake Elwine. No good. Blake again struggling his free throws. He's missed 3 of his last 4. Juergens back in for Huron. Anderson Porish out. Second shot for Blake is good. 1 out of 2. He's got 8. Huron's lead at 11. Brandon Valley pushes Christian into the front court. Ding fakes. Drives to the corner. Now chase on him. Go baseline to Dowd. Dowd looking inside. Brandon Valley with their biggest lineup they can put on the floor. McInerney at the top of the key. Now left side Ding again. Ding looking inside to Dowd. Ding will go into the paint. Almost traveled with it. Free throw line jumper is good. Ding has scored 10 points here in the third quarter. Brandon Valley back within 9. Huron led by 17 earlier in the quarter. Now it's 43-34. 45 seconds to go. Blake Elwine leans in over Christian for 2. He has the answer, and he's in double figures with 10. 45-34, Huron up 11. Here comes Ding again against Blake Elwine underneath the basket. Reverse layup, put it up short, and Davis Chase with the rebound. It was a tough angle for Ding, but he still almost got that to go. Shot clock off. Huron will walk the ball up, hold it for 1 shot if he can, with an 11-point lead here late in the third quarter. Blake Elwine just dribbling the ball by the timeline. Ding letting him do it. 13-12. Again, the shot clock is off. Couple of screens up there for Blake if he wants them. Now gives to Carter Porish. Carter up top. 3 for Miles Elwine. Yes! Miles Elwine, a deep 3 to end the third quarter. Huron up 48-34 as we head to the fourth. Timeout 1 minute on Dakota Sports.
provider of innovative solutions in plant protection, plant nutrition, and field technology. They offer premier products and one-on-one relationships with local field experts to help their customers grow. Wilbur Ellis is committed to bringing you and your operation new and innovative ideas. Contact your local Wilbur Ellis specialist today to find out how to maximize your return on investment. Wilbur Ellis wishes all area high school athletes the best of luck this season.
Stop in for a free insurance review with Blaine Anderson of Farmers Union Insurance. Auto, home, farm, life, and business. Become a satisfied policyholder with Farmers Union Insurance. Farmers Union Insurance, Blaine Anderson, 1835 Arizona Avenue, Southwest in Huron.
Looking for personalized apparel such as t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, hoodies, jackets? PB Sports, of course. How about signs, logos, and vinyl graphics at top? PB Sports, of course, proud sponsor of the Tigers. PB Sports, downtown Huron.
You're listening to the Huron Tigers on Dakota Sports KIJV.
Huron 48, Brandon Valley 34 as we get set for the fourth quarter. A big three to end the third by Miles Elwine. Huron a good shooting third quarter. Just doing a quick shot chart here for Brandon Valley. Basically, Yule Ding is keeping the Lynx in this thing. They were 6 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Huron had a good percentage. Huron zoning to start the fourth quarter. Knutson to Knutson. Three in the corner for Briggs. No good. Rebound Ding, and he can't get the putback, and a foul going to go on Huron. Really timed that well to grab that and try to shoot it in one motion. Ding will get two. Davis Chase with the foul. That is just his first. Just underway in the fourth quarter. Huron up 14, but 2 free throws for a Yule Ding. He's got 17 points, 10 in the third quarter. Free throw is good as he's had the hot hand. Huron was 8 of 13 from the field in the third quarter. Second shot for Ding is good. Those are the first free throws of the second half for Brandon Valley. The lead is a dozen, 48-36. Full court pressure. Juergens in the backcourt, gets it up ahead. Carter Porish. Now Davis Chase. He's got a 2-on-1, but holds it back. Gets it back to Carter Porish. Now Mason Juergens at the top of the key. Has Ding out on him. Ding playing with 3 fouls himself. Miles Elwine in the corner. Now back up top, Blake Elwine. 14 on the shot clock. Spin move. Blake, top of the key. Juergens. Goes inside to Davis Chase, back outside. 3 for Miles Elwine, in and out. Had a good look at it. Just his second miss from the field. Ding in transition, brings into the front court. Brandon Valley, long 3, no good. Rebound though by McInerney. Gets it back outside to Knutson. Now McInerney again. And Brandon Valley can reset. McInerney takes the 3 over Porish. Got it. McInerney hits his first 3, and just like that, Brandon Valley has it back to single digits, 48-39. With plenty of time, 6:45 to go. Blake Elwine into the front court, gets away from the double team. 3 for Carter Porish, no good. Rebound, Davis Chase, and foul going to go on Brandon Valley. Lincoln McInerney with his first foul of the game and the first foul of the fourth quarter on Brandon Valley. Huron will inbound it on the baseline, far into the floor from me. Go inside, Carter Porish in traffic, couldn't get it to go, but he is fouled. And I think that's going to go on Ding, and that would be his 4th. And like I said, he's the guy who has kept Brandon Valley in this thing. Yule Ding picks up his 4th foul. And 2 free throws pending for Carter Porish. Free throw is no good. Since the first quarter, Huron has struggled at the free throw line. We're 4 for 4 in the free throw line, and since then, Huron's at best been a 50% clip. One more shot for Carter Porish. Missed them both. Rebound McInerney. Brandon Valley down 9 with the ball. McInerney. Ding. Ding fakes. Takes the 3. Got it. Ding going off here in the fourth quarter, and the lead is down to 6. 48-42 Huron. Plenty of time left. 6:15 to go. Chase. Now Miles Elwine. Huron really needs an answer here. as this place is getting loud again. Miles Elwine up top, now Blake Elwine. Juergens at the top of the key. Miles Elwine, three in the corner, no good. Rebound, tip back to Carter Porish, leans in, he's fouled. And Carter Porish will go back to the free throw line, and who's the foul on? It's on McInerney. I was wondering because Ding was in the area, but it is on McInerney, his second, third team on Brandon Valley. Carter Porish, free throw, no good. Carter has missed 3 free throws in a row. Huron is 1 of 5 here in the second half from the charity stripe. Huron led by 14 at the end of the third quarter. It's down to 6, and it happened very quickly. Second free throw good, 1 out of 2 for Carter Porish. Huron back up by 7. Porish for Porish as Anderson comes back in for brother Carter. But Huron's got to get some defense going here as they have struggled to find Ding. Ding will bring the ball up against Anderson Porish. He'll drive, spin, double team, kicks out, threw it away. Blake Elwine came over to help out, and he tried to kick it out to Briggs Knutson, and Briggs was nowhere close by. And the ball will belong to the Huron Tigers. 5:45 to go in the game. Juergens into the front court, gives back to Elwine Blake. A spread out zone, ball off the foot of Miles Elwine. He gets control of it. High post, Anderson Porish goes inside. Davis Chase off glass. Offensive foul on Chase. Huron not happy with the call. One thing I'll say about this officiating crew, if you're playing defense and you bail out, you might just get the call. 49-42, Brandon Valley, 5.5 left to go in the game. Ding into the front court, he'll rush. Go by Blake Elwine, blocked by Davis Chase, big time swat. Blake Elwine in the front court, he'll drive, kick back 3, Miles Elwine short, rebound tipped out, and who's got it? Juergens does, almost threw it away, but a foul gonna go on McInerney. McInerney picks up his third. 4th team on Brandon Valley. Huron's going to have the bonus the rest of the game, but the way Huron's been shooting free throws, that might not be a bad strategy for Brandon Valley. Huron in the bonus for the rest of the game, leading 49-42. Timeout on the floor. 5:13 to go. Huron up 7. We'll take a timeout. 1 minute. 1 minute on Dakota Sports.
Stores in 12 states, Slumberland has the buying power to bring you the best values from the nation's top furniture brands. Slumberland is America's #1 dealer for Lazy Boy furniture. Slumberland is also the Midwest's largest retailer for Sealy, Simmons, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Slumberland of Huron is completely locally owned and operated. Our staff, including sales and delivery, is made up entirely of your neighbors in Huron. So for the best brands at the best prices, along with truly local service, turn to Slumberland Furniture of Huron.
Playing the game means bumps, bruises, and breaks happen. Lean on Huron Regional Medical Center Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Orthopedic surgeons Dr. Kevin Over and Dr. Todd Anderson, along with the Pro Rehab Physical Therapy teams, are here to get you back in your game. Schedule an appointment at HuronRegional.org, because when it comes to your health, the right care is right here. Best of luck to our area athletes from Huron Regional Medical Center.
Dakota Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
Full timeout by the Brandon Valley Lynx. Huron leading 49-42. Coming up on 9 o'clock, KIJV, AM, FM, Huron. Huron inbounding, got to get rid of it. Miles Elwine has it by the timeline. We'll get Huron into the offense. Blake Elwine, high post, Anderson Porish, kick out. 3 for Juergens, in and out. Offensive rebound by Chase, brings it back out, and Huron will reset. Miles Elwine, top of the key. Now Juergens, left side. Back in the middle. Right side, they'll go in, low post. Anderson Porish brings it back out, gives to Blake Elwine. Huron being patient this set. 3-2 zone, it looks like, by Brandon Valley. Circle to the left. Juergens in the corner, takes the three again, no good. Rebound by Ding. Huron is 0 for the fourth quarter from the field. McEnany back up top, Knutson, left side Christian. Christian against Elwine. Christian goes into the paint against Miles, goes back door, the ball slapped away and stolen by Chase. Huron makes the defensive play, but score the basketball. Huron is 0 for 6 from the field and 1 of 4 from the free throw line here in the fourth quarter. Nearing the middle point of the fourth quarter, Huron's only scored 1 point, but still lead by 7. Cross court, Juergens. Top of the key, Miles Elwine. Brandon Valley stays in that zone. Huron milking some clock. Low post inside three for Porish. No good. And Ding with the rebound. Huron cannot hit a shot. Still a 7-point lead. Huron. Ding takes the three. In and out. And rebound tapped around. Who's got it? Chase does. Ding caught all of the rim and could not get it to go. And Huron is living on the edge with Brandon Valley here. 3.5 minutes to go. Huron still leads by 7. In the corner, Miles Elwine up top. Brandon Valley staying that packed in 2-3 zone. They don't want to give Huron anything easy. High post, go back door. There's Chase for the dunk. Nice dish from Anderson Porish to Davis Chase, and Huron back up by 9. McEnany, and the ball knocked away on the floor, stolen by Juergens. There goes Miles Elwine, and he is stripped by Knutson. Back comes Brandon Valley. Open three, Delaney, no good. Rebound tipped and right to Anderson Porish. Up and down the floor we go. 2:45 remaining. Huron up 9, and Huron will slow it down again. If Brandon Valley's going to stay in that 2-1-2 zone, Huron's going to run shot clock down. Miles Elwine just holding the ball there, left side. Juergens, top of the key, Blake Elwine. Now Miles in the corner. Three in the corner, yes! Miles Elwine with the three. Huron back up by 12. 2:24 to go in the game, 54-42. We have a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout. 1 minute. 1 minute on Dakota Sports.
Specializes in embroidered and screen printed items and awards. Signature Plus does all work in-house with the latest in technology and equipment, paying attention to the smallest details. Screen printing and embroidery. Stop by for your Huron Tiger sports apparel and for casual business wear. Located at 363 Wisconsin Avenue Southwest, downtown Huron. Signature Plus, supporting the Huron Tigers. The Nordby Center for Recreation in Huron is your ultimate destination for fun and fitness. Challenge yourself and get fit with a fitness class that fits your schedule. The Nordby Center offers water classes, weight and cardio classes, bicycle spin classes, and more. Group fitness classes are led by the Nordby Center's expert instructors. Sign up for a fitness class today. The Nordby Center for Recreation, where the fun never ends.
Tiger 95 and 1340 KIJV.
A big three by Miles Elwine, and the Huron Tigers all of a sudden are back up by 12, 54-42. A dunk for Davis Chase, and then the three by Miles Elwine. Chase Schuhart in for the first time for Huron. As Huron sets up that trap, I think they just want to make Brandon Valley work to bring the ball up. Pass in the middle, and turnaround shot. Three for Knutson, no good. Rebound by Anderson Porish. Gets it out to Blake Elwine. Blake into the front court. Leads it back to Davis Chase, and he's just going to bring it back out, and Huron can reset. And again, run some of that shot clock as we're down to 2 minutes to go in the game. Huron up by a dozen. Miles Elwine with Knutson, go right side, Christian, and he's going to be called for the foul, and Anderson Porish will get 2 free throws. Anderson with 12 points. Christensen, I believe that's his first. It is. Anderson Porish with 10 points in the game. Huron's got 3 in double figures, both Elwines and Anderson. Free throw is no good. My goodness, this has to change before next week. Huron is 1 of 7 from the free throw line here in the second half. One more shot for the junior, Anderson Porish. Got that one. He's got a baker's dozen, 13. Huron up 13, 55-42. Knutson, Christian up top. There's Ding. Right side, McInerney for three. Too strong. Rebound Juergens, and he's fouled from behind by Braden Knutson, and that'll be his fourth. And Brandon Valley was hot. Now they're struggling to hit that outside shot. We'll walk down to the other end. And 2 free throws for Mason Juergens. So 4 fouls on Braden Knutson. He and Ding have 4. McInerney and Dowd have 3. Dowd hasn't been in much lately, it seems like. 2 shots for the lefty, Mason Juergens. Got it. 4 points for Mason. Carter Porish in. And Davis Chase out. Huron back up by 14, 56-42. Equals their lead at the end of the third quarter. Second shot for Juergens is good. Got them both. Needed them. Huron up 15, 57-42. Brandon Valley's got to have some urgency. Ding into the front court. Knutson will start the drive. Get back to McInerney. Now Knutson in the corner. Ding up top. Ding fakes. Starts to drive. Knutson. Brandon Valley works the perimeter. Long three for Braden Knutson. Got it. A deep three by Braden Knutson. That brings the Lynx back within 12. 57-45 with 1:20 to go in the game. Ball deflected, but a foul in the backcourt. Going to go on Brandon Valley. Was that on Ding? I believe it might have been. No, it's McInerney. McInerney picks up his fourth. And Blake Elwine will shoot 2. Blake with 9 points in the game. I'm assuming it's been a while since he's been in single digits for a game. But he isn't anymore. It rolled around the rim, acted like it didn't want to go down, but it did. And Elwine gets the lead back to 13 and 14 as he knocks in both. Timeout, Huron Tigers. 1:20 to go in the game. Huron back up by 14. Timeout, 30 seconds on Dakota Sports.
J. Davidson Insurance Agency in Huron. You changed thousands of diapers, cut up hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose, because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Brian Davidson will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call today, because like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tiger 95 and 1340 KIJV.
Huron 1 timeout remaining. Brandon Valley still has 3. 1:20 to go in the game. Huron 59, Brandon Valley 45. And boy, this could have a whole different picture if we had just made some of our free throws in the second half. Huron again, the loose pressure. They just want Brandon Valley to run some clock, bringing the ball up. Knutson gets the ball up ahead. Christian on the left wing, cross court. McInerney, top of the key. Now left side, the ball tipped, but Christian saves it. Ding up top. Ding takes the three over Blake Elwine. Might have been blocked. It was short, and Juergens with another rebound, and he is fouled. Mason Juergens will trot back down and hit the free throws. Hopefully hit the free throws. The foul is on Braden Knutson, so he leaves the game having scored 6 points. Fouls out with 61 seconds remaining. And Huron up 59-45. And Huron going to bring the bench in. Nolan Staley, Jimmy Schultz, Shea Schuhart, Bryson North all on the floor for Huron. And Ty Kleinsasser will come in if Mason Juergens does his job here at the free throw line. Free throw, no good. One more shot for the senior, Mason Juergens. And got that one 1 out of 2. So he hits 3 out of 4 here in the fourth quarter, 6 points, and he'll come out to a nice hand. Big crowd here for Orange Nation. A little easier to travel when we play on Friday night. Minute 1 left to go in the game, and Huron up by 15. And now, what are we doing? Reagan Dirksen going to come in for James Schultz Jr. Good balanced scoring for Huron, as Huron has 5 guys between 8 and 13 points. Into the front court, Brandon Valley has some new guys. Jackson Burns back in, baseline. The drive for Will Peterson, open 3 in the corner, no good for Dylan Williams. Rebound Staley. 44 seconds to go, and Huron going to win for the first time in Brandon Valley, I think, in 12 years. Up top, Kleinsasser, step back 3, right wing, in and out. Rebound tipped out, and Brandon Valley controls. Shot clock off with 24 seconds to go. Huron will wrap up the regular season at 16-4. Brandon Valley will finish at 12-8. Lynx just running the offense here right now. Will Peterson, right side, back up top. Here's a long 3, left wing. It's short, and Schuhart checks in for the rebound off the miss by Burns, and that will wrap it up. The Huron Tigers defeat Brandon Valley 60-45. 2-minute timeout. Gary Zell Autoglass postgame is next. 2 minutes on Dakota Sports.
Delicious. Experience Ryan's Hangar Restaurant and Ace Lounge. They specialize in steaks, burgers, seafood, and pasta. Ryan's Hangar can host your party in a private room and offer catering too. Open Monday through Friday 4 to 10, Saturday 4 to 11, and open for lunch every Thursday 11 to 2 and closed on Sunday. Ryan's Hangar Restaurant and Ace Lounge in the Crossroads in downtown Huron.
ProClean Plus offers epoxy floor cleaning for garages, basements, and outdoor patios, as well as commercial and industrial spaces. Call 605-352-5776 to get a free estimate. Let the pros at ProClean Plus help you get a great-looking, durable surface with the epoxy flooring. Locally owned and operated, visit them at 201 Market Street East, or check out their website at procleanplus.net. ProClean Plus is a proud sponsor here on Tiger Sports.
At Car Chiropractic, we know sports injuries just don't sideline your game. They can sideline your life. Whether you're a weekend warrior, a competitive athlete, or just love staying active, getting back to your best is what we do best. Our team of experts will work with you one-on-one to develop a rehab plan that's as unique as you are. Don't let an injury keep you from doing what you love. Call Car Chiropractic today at 605-352-5264 or visit carchiropractic.com.
Gary Zell Auto Glass is a proud supporter of Huron High School sports and the Tiger postgame show. Gary and Michael Zell offer mobile glass replacement of windshields, door glass, cars and trucks, even tractor cabs on site. Gary Zell Auto Glass does chip repairs, and they process all insurance paperwork. Call 352-0836 or toll free 1-888-852-0355. Gary Zell Auto Glass in Huron.
The Huron Tiger post-game report on Tiger 95 is brought to you by Gary Zell Auto Glass. Here's the voice of the Tigers, Jeff Duffy.
And welcome back to Brandon Valley, and the Huron Tigers have the plaque as they are the 2026 ESD Boys Basketball Champions. 1 loss in the conference. And congratulations to Tim Budnagan and crew, but of course the job's not over. It's just getting started. But nice that we'll know. We'll be putting a 2026 up on the banner here coming up later on. Probably next year. I don't know when they'll do it. Maybe they'll do it on Saturday for the Sodak game. Let's do a Seven Suns Heating and Air scoreboard update. Boys basketball finals. Roosevelt got a scare from Pierce, 62-60. Lincoln defeated Aberdeen, 81-41. Rapid City Central defeated is ahead of Sioux Falls Jefferson, 12-11. That's all we have for boys. Girls AA finals. Spearfish edged Yankton 32-29. Jefferson 67. Rapid City Central 57. Aberdeen defeated Sioux Falls Lincoln 60-22. Roosevelt 56. Pierre 51. Brookings defeated Douglas 62-33. And Stevens rolled over Sioux Falls, Washington 52-36. That's your Seven Suns Heating and Air scoreboard update. 605-352-5316. We'll take a timeout, come back with more. Coach Bud will come up. We'll pick the Signature Plus player of the game and more. It's all coming up on Dakota Sports.
Great teams need more than talent. They need leadership, positivity, and the power of Hereford beef. At Ravine Creek Ranch, the Bishoffs know raising Hereford cattle takes commitment and care, the same qualities that make great students and athletes. Lead by example, stay positive, and give it your all, on the field, on the court, and in the classroom. The Bishoffs at Ravine Creek Ranch are proud supporters of the Huron Tigers.
Godfather's Pizza of Huron offers dine-in, carry-out, or fast delivery every day of the week. For delivery or carry-out, give them a call at 352-6925. Not sure what to order from their delicious menu? Then dine in and try their famous Godfather's Buffet, featuring a variety of pizza slices, tasty chicken, and many salads and desserts to choose from. They're locally owned, so stop in and say hi to Derek and the rest of the pizza crew. They're located at 195 21st Street in Huron. Godfather's Pizza. Give them a call, 352-6925.
The Huron Eye Clinic is proud to sponsor the Huron Tigers. The doctors and staff at the Huron Eye Clinic are committed to providing quality service and products to their patients in Huron and surrounding areas. The Huron Eye Clinic offers comprehensive eye exams, contact lens exams, infant C screenings, LASIK consultations, ocular disease services, and pediatric eye care. Stop in at the office at 1288 Dakota Avenue South to make an appointment, or call the Huron Eye Clinic today at 605-352-4181.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance your existing home? I'm Jamie Olson, your local mortgage loan officer at American Bank and Trust in Huron. Whether it's a conventional loan with local servicing, VA, FHA, rural development, jumbo, or a home equity line of credit, I'm here to help you find the right fit. Let's make your home goals happen. Apply today at mortgagewithjamie.com or call 353-2818. American Bank and Trust, where your journey begins. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Tiger 95 and 1340 KIJV are your home for Huron Tiger sports.
And welcome back to Brandon Valley as we continue on our Gary Zell Autoglass post game. And let's run down the stats here. Brandon Valley, one player in double figures, and boy, he kept the Lynx in this game tonight. 22 points for a Yule Ding. And he had 15 in the second half. After that, 6 points for Austin Dowd and Braden Knudsen, 5 for Briggs Knudsen and Lincoln McInerney, and a free throw for Kalen Christensen. For the Huron Tigers, 16-4 and the 2026 ESD Boys Basketball Champions. Balanced scoring tonight, 13 for Miles Elwine and Anderson Porish, 12 points for Blake Elwine, 8 points apiece, Davis Chase and Carter Porish, and 6 points for Mason Juergens. Shooting the game at Huron, 19 of 39 for about 48%. Brandon Valley, 17 of 47, and I think that's about 37%, but I didn't actually do the arithmetic on it. Free throw shooting, Brandon Valley, boy, I didn't even notice this till now. Brandon Valley only shot 6 free throws all night. They made 4 of them. Huron got there a little bit more, but weren't really making them and helping themselves, though, either. Let's see, trying to get this. Oh, I'm reading the wrong line. There we go. 8. Huron was 15 of 24 from the free throw line. Good enough to help with the victory here tonight. As again, the Tigers, ESD champions, and finish out the regular season at 16-4. Huron went 8-1 in the conference this year to take that. But, of course, that's nice to put up in the arena, but there's a bigger goal that's still ahead. And that march will start next Saturday, a week from tomorrow, in the Sodak 16, and we'll see who that opponent is. They're kind of leaning towards it possibly being Pierre. And Pierre, boy, they gave Roosevelt all they wanted tonight. Roosevelt winning by 2 at home, so every game's going to be a challenge here moving forward, that's for sure. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and come back as we wait for Coach Bud to come up. Oh, I see. They already brought out the ESD champion shirts, so that's why they took a little extra time in the locker room. They have orange T-shirts that say ESD champs. So, again, congratulations to the Huron Tiger boys, the ESD conference champions. See if Coach Bud is coming up here shortly as well. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and come back with more on the Gary Zell Auto Glass post game on Dakota Sports.
It is proud to be part of the Huron community and to cheer on area high school athletes all season long. At Wishbone, they believe in supporting local, which is why you'll find South Dakota favorites on their shelves, from wines and meats to hometown snacks. They have great in-store savings and new products with updates shared on their Facebook page. Follow them on Facebook and stop in today to shop local, save more, and enjoy the best from South Dakota at Wishbone Market.
Kaufman Livestock of Huron is a proud supporter of the Huron Tigers in all area high school athletics. Marty, Cody, and Logan Kaufman raise registered Simmental bulls. 2 are former Huron Tigers, 1 a former Alpena Wildcat. Best of luck to all area athletes and the Huron Tigers from Kaufman Livestock of Huron.
Wilbur Ellis is a leading provider of innovative solutions in plant protection, plant nutrition, and field technology. They offer premier products and one-on-one relationships with local field experts to help their customers grow. Wilbur Ellis is committed to bringing you and your operation new and innovative ideas. Contact your local Wilbur Ellis specialist today to find out how to maximize your return on investment. Wilbur Ellis wishes all area high school athletes the best of luck this season.
Stop in for a free insurance review with Blaine Anderson of Farmers Union Insurance. Auto, home, farm, life, and business. Become a satisfied policyholder with Farmers Union Insurance. Farmers Union Insurance, Blaine Anderson, 1835 Arizona Avenue, Southwest in Huron.
Looking for personalized apparel such as t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, hoodies, jackets? PB Sports, of course. How about signs, logos, and vinyl graphics that pop? PB Sports, of course, proud sponsor of the Tigers, PB Sports, downtown Huron.
Dakota Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
And welcome back to Brandon, the Huron Tigers, the 2026 boys basketball ESD champions. They got the shirts to prove it here as they pick up the first win, I believe, in 12 years here in Brandon as they defeat the Lynx here tonight by a score of 60-45. Head coach Tim Budnigan joins us here. And coach, it's been a long march. We know the job isn't over, but this is one for the kids to enjoy.
Yeah, we're going to enjoy it tonight. At least the kids are going to enjoy it tonight. Coaching staff will get back on the bus and we'll figure out who we're going to play and then figure out our game plan from there on. But we want the kids to enjoy this one, both Saturday, and then we'll get focused in on Sunday night. But I can't say enough good things about these guys. They worked their tails off. They deserved this. They earned it. No one gave us anything. Didn't look good about mid-year, and then we started switching some things up. And then I can't say enough good things about our assistant coaches, Coach Elwine, Coach Schmidt, Coach Staley, Coach Hendo. Those guys have done a fantastic job with these guys night in and night out, getting the most out of them and getting the most out of our offense. I owe a ton of gratitude to the assistants and also the guys because, like I said, they worked their tails off.
We had the lead, and we just kept trying to give it back, but that's kind of been our method of operation this year a bit. But, early on, we were sticking it inside. Then we started to diversify a little bit off of that. I think probably the biggest thing you're going to smile at is the scoring tonight because I think we had 5 guys between 8 and 13 points, a lot more balance. Blake had to sit some with the foul trouble, and other guys picked it up.
Yeah, they did, and we got up. What happened is we got after the glass. The rebounds were very important tonight. because they dominated Mitchell. They had 10 offensive rebounds, 14 points. I thought the second half we started getting to the glass, ripping some rebounds off the rim, and I think that kind of intimidated them a little bit. And then all of a sudden we're sticking the ball inside. Then all of a sudden Mason hits a three, Carter hit a three, Miles hit a couple of threes, and then all of a sudden we start rolling. Andy hits a three, then all of a sudden we start rolling. And once we started rolling, I thought defensively we were really good at the end of the night.
You know, because they are a hard team for us to defend, and give the Dane kid credit, because he pretty much held them in the second half. We had guys in his face, and he just stepped back and kept shooting in, and it kept going in.
Yeah, he's awfully quick off the bounce. We knew that, and then all of a sudden now he's stepped back and shooting threes. But they needed them at that time. I mean, now they have no fear, and now they're shooting a rock. So we had to try to get up on them. Keep him out of the middle lane. We figured if he starts hitting threes, then we were going to be in a little bit of trouble. But, you know, give all those guys credit, because we switch all screens. They all had a piece on them. And I thought towards the end of the game, we gapped everything, meaning that we were high hedge. We were helping out as much as we could. And as soon as he picked it up, we were trying to get back to our guys and take away the three.
You know, in our Signature Plus player of the game, hard not to go with Miles Elwine tonight, as he led us with 13 along with Anderson Porage. And, you know, and again, I keep going back to 04 and I keep going back to Rory Reed, because that's really the comparison I find with Miles. Shooters got to shoot. You shoot yourself. If you're in a slump, you shoot yourself back into it. You know, and Miles has had a little struggle with that year. I think at one point, I think he was actually 4 or 5 from the field, and even a couple of deuces, as you said, went in and got a couple of jumpers.
Well, and he's got to do more of that, because when they were really pressuring him hard out front, he had a chance to go by that guy, and if he goes by him, now we're 5-on-4. We're playing against 4 defenders with 5 of our guys, and then all we got to do is alley-oop it, and we got some dunks. But Miles kind of put on the brakes, so we really got to talk to him about getting by a guy, but this is going to go a long way for his confidence, because he hasn't had very many deuces this year. So I think he had 2 tonight. That probably doubled his season average.
And, you know, not to bring up the negative or anything, but we got to start knocking down the free throws a little more consistently. At one point in the second half, before Mason Juergens got to the line, we were 1 of 7. And, you know, it didn't have to be as close as it was.
Yeah, it didn't have to. We were 17 of 18 from the free throw line against O'Gorman. And then tonight, we just didn't find our rhythm. And most of the time, Blake, Anderson, Carter missed 3 in a row till he hit 1. All of a sudden, we were struggling from there. And then once one doesn't go, then all of a sudden it becomes a plague. So luckily, we hit just enough in order to win the game tonight.
So now as we look ahead, it's a week off, and that's always kind of hard to get that prep in, but bottom line is that's how the schedule pulls out. We were thinking coming in we're going to stay at 3 irregardless, so with the win, I don't think any of that's going to change. You were thinking Pierre almost knocked off Roosevelt at Roosevelt. So, we don't take anybody for granted, and granted we got to wait and see exactly who the opponent is, but we need to be ready to go a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, we do. The easy bus doesn't go through Huron, so we know that we're going to be up against it. We know it's going to be a great game. We'd appreciate all the fans that we had against O'Gorman and Watertown. If you'd come back and be loud, we would really appreciate that. Let's rock the arena. And we know that Pierre's going to play 2-3 zone. They did that the last time, but we didn't have Blake either. So we got another big that we can throw in there. We're not going to jack the threes. We're going to work it inside, and then make a play some defense. And then on our defense end, we got to put some pressure on them and make sure we turn up the heat.
Speaking of Tiger Nation, they were represented in Brandon Valley here.
Yeah, impressive crowd. You know, Brandon had a great crowd.
Student section.
Yeah, our students, like I said, Landon, Cooper, Tice, who's the other one? Landon, Tice, and Riley Winiger. You know, those 4 guys have been, just about every road game, and we really appreciate, because then they generate some excitement. And they had them going tonight. So we really appreciate those guys. We appreciate the students that came down. We appreciate our parent crowd. Our parent crowd was great as well. Now we're just going to, we're going to enjoy this. Like I said, we're going to enjoy it. smell the roses a little bit, and then get back to work.
And finally, ESD 2026 boys basketball champions, Huron Tigers. Pretty sweet.
Yeah, it is. It's sweet. You know, the older you get, you never know if you're going to win another one. And this, I told the guys, this was really special for me because growing up, you know, being in Huron since 1987, the ESD always was the gold standard. You have to win the ESD title because that's the best conference in the state. So to me, tonight was really special, watching those guys in the locker room, watching them celebrate after the game. All the hard work was worth it, but we still got a lot of hard work yet to put in.
Tim Budnigan, head coach of the Huron Tigers. They win the ESD tonight, wrap up the regular season at 16-4. We'll take a final timeout of 2 minutes, wrap it up here from Brandon on Dakota Sports.
In 12 states, Slumberland has the buying power to bring you the best values from the nation's top furniture brands. Slumberland is America's #1 dealer for Lazy Boy furniture. Slumberland is also the Midwest's largest retailer for Sealy, Simmons, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Slumberland of Huron is completely locally owned and operated. Our staff, including sales and delivery, is made up entirely of your neighbors in Huron. So for the best brands at the best prices, along with truly local service, turn to Slumberland Furniture of Huron.
So, where do you want to go eat?
How about that new place, the 18th century theme restaurant?